Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
Good morning, stars shine. The earth says hello. I'm
Hi.
Jay. I watched
Hello.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory yesterday.
Oh man, that movie's infuriating.
I don't know. It was always one of the, it's not as good as, obviously, it'll never take the place of the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gene Wilder is a classic and he is a god among men, but
Oh, you
I mean,
watched
it
the
is
new
what
one?
it is for, the new one, not the original one.
I can't even get through the Johnny Depp one, dude. Can't
It's
even
all
do it.
right. It's all right. It's a weird, I mean, it's a Tim Burton movie, so, you get what you get. But I gotta say, dude, watching it, though, Helena Bonham Carter, she's kind of fucking hot, dude.
I've always thought so, but I'm into that kind of thing. So
No, but I mean, and she's got that. Well, reminds me of like Aubrey Plaza. She's got that weird, quirky personality about her, and she doesn't take herself too seriously. But she's just smoking hot too.
yeah. And speaking of which, did you watch, by the way, the Prey trailer, the
No,
new Predator movie trailer that came out?
I did not know this.
She reminded me of Aubrey Plaza, the girl in the trailer. By the way, I thought the trailer was actually pretty fucking dope, dude. I'm really looking forward to it. I know that we thought it was going to be it's going straight to Hulu, which kind of blows, but and it's produced by Disney, but like apparently what they say is that the guy's like, we don't hold anything back. Disney didn't add a clue, they didn't add anything. This is R-rated, this is going to be gnarly as fuck. And I watched the trailer, man, and I actually thought it was really good. Other than they CGI'd a fucking bear. I'm like, come on, guys, like do it the old school way. Bring a fucking bear in there and do it the right way.
Or just bring a really big fat chick and tell her not to shave for 3 weeks. It'll work the same. Practical effects at their best, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that works. Or me in 12 years.
Well, get that one. What's that one? That one big bitch that's on that TikToker. I don't know her name. She's somehow a singer. I don't know. CeeLo, is that her name? I don't know. Maybe she's not a TikToker. I can't keep up with all you kids and your crazy music. I'm still listening to fucking Rolling Stones.
Yeah, guys, there's so much fucking movie news. Like, there's so much we're gonna talk about tonight. It's gonna make your dick sore.
So, I hate when that happens. It's usually right when I put it into a man's butt. What?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, well, if we're gonna do that, do you want to do the movie news first? Do you want to go ahead and knock out that Stranger Things spoiler review?
Well, I don't care either way. We can let it
spoiler free.
We can wait and let people climb in a little bit and then decide. But yeah, I mean, I don't care. What do you guys want? You guys want the Stranger Things review first, or the movie news when we get to that point? What do you want?
I don't care. It depends on the movie news.
Steven?
Oh, I will say. Well, speaking of movie news, this isn't really movie news, but it's related to movies. Ezra Miller has fucked up again. Holy shit, that guy is like a bad penny. That cocksmoker just keeps turning up. You're like, oh shit, I stepped in gum. Oh no, it was just Ezra Miller's bad behavior. That's how those Warner Brothers executives feel, dude. Jesus Christ. That guy's literally going to have to climb to the top of the Empire State Building and tomahawk somebody before they be like, you know what, maybe we should get rid of him.
I feel like I should say, I feel like I sound like the guy that's in, in Talladega Nights when he's like, just son of a bitch, you made me spill my macchiato. Oh, and the guy's like, whatever his name is on the pole. And he's like, and that's, by the way, a reference to his position and in no way a reference to his sexual orientation. I feel like that guy. But when Jay says cocksmoker, he's not talking about his sexual.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, just because he prefers the taste of cock,
asshole.
I mean, I don't care about that. Yeah, cocksmoker is interchangeable. It's like saying I pledged the money, but I didn't donate the money. It's the same thing. Right. I use it synonymously. Right. But no, but that guy, he's an asshole. Like the fact is that, now he's like being basically told by these parents out in Utah or whatever that he's been grooming their daughter since she was 12 years old. I mean, Jesus Christo, guys.
Yeah, they are not doing well with their choices in life. And I read that, of course, the girl came out and said, of course, to be fair, the girl did come out and make a big lengthy Instagram post that's like, my parents are assholes. None of this is true. They've only been really good to me this entire time and all that stuff. So it's like, you don't know what to believe, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And, I'm not really in the business of really trusting Ezra Miller as a human being.
Well, the pattern, pattern behavior of Ezra Miller is pretty obvious to anybody that there's something stink in the room, and it ain't the dog shit in the corner. It's that guy's haircut. But like he actually is proving to be the Flash in real life. He's moving from one bad situation to another faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's not going well, man. If it keeps up at this rate, like they're gonna have to release the movie. But if this keeps happening, eventually the Flash movie is just gonna be on fucking Hulu too. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, supposedly based on rumors. I mean, of course, these are unsubstantiated rumors, but I mean, there's probably a grain of truth to it that Warner Brothers is really considering removing Amber Turd's complete part in Aquaman 2. And the new, well, I guess we're gonna know when the new the screen test comes out, because I think someone said, well, the screen tests are going to be really interesting. So if they're already moving ahead with that, it's probably writing on the wall that they're thinking, well, we can't really replace him out of the movie, but we won't hire him again for any future projects with DCEU.
Yeah, I think that's definitely done for sure, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they reshot it and killed him off. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't surprise me at all. We got our first super chat of the night. It's from They Call Me Stamps. Anthony Stamps, a wonderful, beautiful son of a bitch, and he plays soccer.
And he likes stamps.
He says, who do you think the MCU wasted more? Frank Grillo, Lee Pace, Jude Law, or Mads Mikkelsen?
That's a great question. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think that they completely wasted Frank Grillo. I think he was a badass character in Crossbones was supposed, like, he's an awesome character, and he's in it for like 2 seconds at the very beginning of Civil War, was it? And he gets fucking blown up, and that's it. That's all you get from him. At least Lee Pace was a big baddie in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. By the way, still an awesome choice for Pinhead. If they ever do the reboot, Lee Pace would be a fucking badass Pinhead. Jude Law. I think Jude Law, you know, he was good. I don't think he was underused, but he wasn't used to the fullest of the ability. And Mads Mikkelsen, yes, underused as well, but still, he at least had the main villain quota for Doctor Strange 1. He at least was the main villain. Frank Grillo literally was on the camera, less time than Amber Heard's career.
Yeah, I want to say Lee Pace because he's my favorite of all those performances. He's my favorite performance, but I thought he got a lot of screen time. So I think and Frank Grillo did get 2 movies because he was in Winter Soldier 2.
But they were all that you couldn't, yeah. That's inbred.
Jude Law's, whatever. Mads Mikkelsen, I just don't think the villain was that great. Like, I just have a hard time finding him scary when he's got that shit on his fucking eyes. So Mads Mikkelsen,
he looked like a hooker crying in the corner. Like at a karaoke bar, but Mads Mikkelsen is a good actor, though. Like, let's don't get wrong about that. He's an awesome actor, but
the character just wasn't that great.
Yeah, it's weird about Frank Grillo, though. Frank Grillo is also, not only was he wasted, in my opinion, in the MCU as Crossbones, but he's also an underrated actor. A fucking amazing actor. Not only in Warrior, which he was great as the coach, but in that show, what's that show we watched? You turned me on to it. It's not the wrestling show. It was the other one. Or I talked to you about it. It was the UFC one. I told you need to watch it.
The Family Island of Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
the Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom? No, that's a different show. I don't talk about the fucking UFC show. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's one of the Jonas brothers was in it. Nick Jonas, I think, is in it. But anyway, Frank Grillo is an awesome fucking actor, dude.
He is, and he's like, dude. Frank Grillo is one of the guys that's actually like, he's one of the very, very, very few like actors who's actually a really good action actor, but is also like a really good actor. You know what I mean? And so, like, he should have gotten something better than Crossbones anyway. I feel like. So I think my answer is going to be Frank Grillo.
Yeah, because I don't want people to be like, see, they're stupid assholes. They don't know anything. Hold on. Yeah, you were kind of right. It was Kingdom. It wasn't Animal Kingdom. It was just called Kingdom. But yeah, Kingdom is where Frank Grillo is the main guy, and it's pretty much like The Warrior, the great movie with Tom Hardy, but it's like that, and it's amazing show. Awesome fucking show. Yeah,
I never finished it, but it was one of those shows that's, I don't know, it's really, really great, but it's super depressing too. So I think that's why I never went back to it. Like, you got to be in the vibe. But
favorite character in that show, if you guys get a chance to watch it, Kingdom, it's on Amazon, I think, is Jay, the guy that plays Jay. Holy shit, what a fucking awesome actor that guy is too.
The kid from the Texas Chainsaw remake, right?
Yeah, the guy with the glasses, so different.
He was good, man. Rebecca Mayberry says, here again to ask for those Sleepaway Camp trilogy reviews. If it helps to butter your biscuit, I'm also team bring back Stu. LOL. Get it up! I appreciate that greatly.
No.
You don't want Stu back, do you? I forget.
No, I don't. I think Stu is long dead. I think a fucking giant TV that was goddamn weighed more than any amount of money that we'll ever have in our bank account dropped on his fucking face. He squished it. He's pancake manure. He's done. And also,
you're wrong, but that's okay.
I'm saying that it's true. I'm also saying that because I'm not doing Sleepaway Camp trilogy. We did the first one.
We did do the first one. And
that little girl had a dick.
You say that, you watch tomorrow. I'll get an email. It's like from a Patreon. It's like, that's my movie choice, and I'm gonna go.
You know what's actually funny though is I think it's really hard to find Sleepaway Camp 2 or 3. One of them's really hard to find. I don't know which one. Maybe it's the newer one. Did they make a 4th one?
I think they made like 8 of those fucking things. I don't know.
Oh,
I never
God.
actually saw beyond the first one, but the first one was good. I just don't know how you top that. Like, I don't know what happens.
Well,
next,
to me, Sleepaway Camp 1 is a classic cult movie. You can't go higher than that. I mean, literally, the little girl had a dick. Michael Jackson would have been surprised if he had seen that. He'd be like, I didn't know what happened.
Oh no. Oh God. Thank you, Rebecca. Really appreciate that. And from our buddy Michael Parton with the nice hair part, who's going to have a part in Halloween Ends. I just wanted to say part. That's not true. He says, Happy Pride Month, Mike and Jay. Happy Pride Month to you, my friend. Says, the 3 of us need to get together soon and celebrate and embrace each other's bodies sensually and go wild on each other. That sounds terrific. I mean, don't threaten me with a good fucking time.
You're acting like we don't do that every other weekend anyway. That fits right in between our bingo time and our bridge club. So it's always every other weekend.
Fixing to go to that. There's a festival coming this month somewhere down here. I'm just gonna go get fucked up and celebrate with.
You know what? I don't. Yeah, it's always weird to me, like people that are against anything, like as far as like festivals and things like that. Because if it's free beer, I'll fucking celebrate anything. Like, no, I mean, I'm serious. What is like if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you
say. Inky the Alien back again. Thank you so much. Says, after sending a bunch of out of context clips from your guys' videos, I've officially convinced 3 whole friends to join the Wham fam. You're fucking that is beautiful.
Inky. Now that's how you abduct people and anal probe them sneakily. That's how you do it. And Inky the Alien is the poster child for that. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Well, I like how you said you sent them out of context clips, so they have no idea that you probably said you should listen to these guys. These guys are really good, and they're explaining, like global warming or something, and they're just doing it in a very animated, passionate way. And then they're like, "What the fuck? These assholes just review horror movies badly."
Yeah, that's true.
When they finally watch a full video. But hey, we appreciate that you get them here, and we'll see what happens.
Fucking A, Inky. Thank you so much. The real Razor Ramon says, I just wanted to say I love you guys. Get it up. I'm going to do that every time. I can't help it.
Get it up one more time. I'm really going to have it happen. And I'm not talking about these 2 arms.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the little Winky, the little man, little Junior McJunior down there.
Dude, you want to hear a story about my dick?
I've always wanted. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, that's why I signed on.
I had a fucking day today, buddy. It was crazy. So thank you, Razor. But so like 2 days ago, I woke up and my balls kind of hurt. You know what I mean? My belly button kind of hurt. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Right. And I didn't go work out or anything for like 2 days. I was like, it'll just go away on its own. Right. And then yesterday I kept having to pee a whole bunch. So I'm like, my belly button hurts, my balls hurt, and I can't stop pissing.
You're already thinking like testicular cancer mixed with diabetes, mixed with AIDS.
I actually thought hernia because I did legs the other day for the first time in like 37 years. And like I thought maybe I pushed too hard, like on a muscle that didn't need it. And so I was thinking maybe, but anyways, I was like, I'll just let it go away. And then today I got home and I was like, okay, this still hurts. I'm going to call. Right. So I told Katie, I was like, I just probably need some antibiotics. Maybe it's just a UTI or some shit from what I Googled. So I'm like, we do a telehealth visit. So I get on the phone and they're like, no, I told them what was going on. She was like, I can't help you. You need to go to a hospital. And I was like, thanks, lady. I have anxiety. I really fucking appreciate that. She was like, you need to either go to a hospital or you need to call your doctor right now. I can't do anything over remotely. She's like, because we need to do an ultrasound. We need to do a piss test. You need to go somewhere. So I'm thinking
it's really good. I was like, I don't believe you. You got your degree from Arizona State University online.
Yeah, you're the South Harmon Institute of Technology. We're the shit sandwiches.
Your job is to tell me I'm going to be okay. That's why I called you.
Exactly. But I called the doctor thinking the doctor was like, yeah, we'll give you a thing in like 3 weeks or whatever. Because doctors' offices are busy just like everywhere else is. And she's like, it was like 9:57 this morning. She's like, can you be here in 3 minutes? She's like, you need to come in right now. And I was like, oh, fuck, something's wrong. Okay. Like I mis-Googled and I thought it was okay for the first time ever. And I go in there and like, I go right in and then like the guy feels on my stomach, whatever, play with my butthole a little bit. Didn't really wanted him to, that didn't work out. I was even like, hey man, I got a weird lump on my ass. And he was like, I don't want it. I was like, fuck, damn it.
That's just a cum stain.
Yeah, shit. But no, long story short, he was just like, you have a fucking prostate infection. So my prostate got infected. And before you guys think I've been out here just butt fucking everything without a condom on, that's not the only stress can
butt fucked though.
Stress can apparently cause exactly. Stress can cause a this too. And some people have it chronically. Like, if they get, so I don't know what your prostate has to do with your fucking brain, but apparently if you get stressed out, like your prostate can be like infection. And that's so they just gave me antibiotics to be out the door, but he made me do a piss test and stuff because I guess it could have been. And he pressed on my stomach. They thought I had a hernia, but you know me, dude, and you know my medical anxiety. I was fucking sweating bullets in that goddamn doctor's office.
Yeah,
I was like, am I gonna fucking die?
Dude, you missed out. I remember when I thought I had testicular cancer. I mean, you missed out on that soft gel that goes on your balls, and they do that nice little ultrasound. And
I felt it when they put it on Katie's
and that man talks to you in a very, very soothing voice, and you're like, I feel very comfortable with you holding my balls. And I've never said that to a man before, but you're making me change things. But no, I remember, that was it's always fucking scary, dude, especially when with the ultrasound, and instead of looking for the baby, you're seeing your balls. Like it's on a little monitor. And he's like, push for me now. And I'm like,
yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like you're gonna shit. So I was like, and he's like, okay, you see how
did you actually grunt? Like,
I went, yeah, I did. I don't know how hard he wanted me to push, so I almost hulked it out. He was lucky that Mark Ruffalo didn't come out and write a mean tweet. But I pushed, and then the screen lit up, and he was like, wow, you see all those lights? Those are your veins. But you know what this is? You just got a little infection in there. It's not cancer. And he goes, I'm not supposed to tell you that because I'm only a technician, and the doctor's supposed to come and tell you that. But I know you're sweating bullets, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and but it was really soothing, and that guy was really nice.
Yeah, they normally don't do that. They're like, "Fuck you. Have a good week before we get these results back."
I think I was cool with him because we came in there, we were talking. He was about my age. I mean, he wasn't, and that was years ago. That was when I was like a young man.
You got to jerk you off, didn't you?
In the 20s. He touched it with his tongue.
Yeah.
Yes. But then maybe that's why he was friendly towards me. But either way, but he said he had seen a lot of people coming in that are men. And he's like, especially younger, in the younger category, if they have testicular cancer. And he's like, that's a stressful ass fucking thing. And he just wanted to put me at ease. Because, I mean, there's nothing worse than, I guess, what he was saying is waiting in the lobby and then a doctor coming in and saying, hey, you got testicular cancer.
Right. Or like 4. For like a week. And then they like, you get the results and they're like, they can't just call you and tell you. They're like, we need you to come in. You're like, I'm fucking, there we go. I'm dead. There we go.
You know what? I always hate how they deliver it, too, because they're always going to be like, so I really had to tell you this. And I know that you were expecting good news when you walked in here today, but I'm not, and
you're
it's
gay.
never, yeah. And I've been loving dick since 76, but that's not,
that's great news, dude.
But you've got 3 balls and you're going to die.
Yeah. Oh,
unfortunately you have cancer. And there's nothing we can do for it. There's nothing. It's just too far gone. So I'm suggesting you just fuck until your dick falls off because you're never going to do it again. But I wish and say, but you're thinking of this dark thing. But I mean, of course, the doctor can't come in. You're like, hey, you got cancer, but guess what? It's going to be okay because you're going to die soon, and you won't even feel it. So go out there and play as many video games as you want, eat as much as you want, and drink as much as you want.
I'm an entertainer. Yeah. I like to deliver news with jazz hands.
And then if you did that, though, I'm not saying you should do that, not to a little kid or something, but if you're in your 30s or 40s and the guy told you, you'd be like, I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better walking out.
I might punch that guy in the fucking mouth, dude. I was like, you think this is a game?
Well, as long as he waited for me to laugh first. Like if he was laughing at me, then it's different. If he's laughing with me, then it's totally good.
Well, my fucking dude, my family keeps fucking with Katie. Has got the girls doing it too. They keep walking around and saying I have an infected butt. I'm like, your prostate's not even in your fucking butt. All right.
First off, I wear a condom every time I do you, every time. So it's not me.
I'm like, it sounds worse if you just say I have an infected dick, which I don't either. I was like, it's a walnut in between your dick and your asshole.
Mike's asshole sounds like a squeaky drain when he farts.
Jesus Christ. Tyzavius Bennett, thank you, sir. Says, what's up, fellas? Hope you're doing well. Do you guys plan on seeing the new Jurassic World? I do.
I'm, at some point, I definitely want to see it. I guess this is the last hurrah for all of them. I'm assuming just for the current cast and a way to say goodbye to the amazing cast of Goldblum and Sam Neill. I'll see it. I don't know when, but I definitely have plans to see it.
One thing that we were going to do tonight that's on the list, as long as we get to it in time, was take a look at the reviews because they're spicy.
Are they bad?
They're very spicy. They're not great. They're not great, Jim.
So are you saying jalapeno or habanero spicy?
jalapeno.
So they're low. They're low.
Yeah, but I'll say this: like, I'm gonna see it in theaters, because I'm very, 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 and I've said this 100 times, so I'll be sure. I'm very interested in how Fallen Kingdom ended. I love that idea. The trailer kind of underwhelming. It's like I don't need to watch Chris Pratt wear the Gap clothes and ride a motorcycle and do this with a knife. I
still think Chris Pratt would be a great Indiana Jones.
I think he would too. It all seems very, very Mickey Mouse, the way they do it. But I really want to see dinosaurs unleashed upon the earth. So I'm going to see it in theater on the big screen. And
how else would you see it, Mike?
Well, Jay,
how
it
else,
is on.
Can you tell us how do you see movies when they're still in theaters?
There is a treasure map.
Yeah, that's true.
There is to a cam version of the movie somewhere. And I don't recommend it.
But I don't know how to
those
do
people
it.
need to eat.
I usually think that you have to know 3 people that know a person that knew a person that lives in an ancient Himalayan mountain that can give you the information, because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Well,
and if you guys know people like that and you choose to do it that way,
when you enter to the sanctum that is becoming movie reviewers, you have to sign a document that says you will not sail the high seas.
Well, you know what?
Look at that lifestyle. So I don't do it. No.
Yeah, and that's what happened. I mean, Mike and I, we had to take a blue flower to this guy named Eric from Pretty Much It.
Yeah.
And ask him, what's the secrets? What's the secrets? And he told us, and we were like, we refuse you, sir. You are disgusting in your approach to how you do that. I'm kidding.
He waited till he was inside of us, and then he whispered in our ears the truth.
Yeah, and we were all jealous of his great hair.
I paid him $20 to do it that way, but it still worked out. He does have wonderful hair.
He really does.
This last time we saw him, dude, he had a perfect fucking tan. He's like, I'm hungover right now. I'm like, you look like a Greek goddess.
Do
Eric.
you know
what you mean? He
does look like one of them like little Greeks that run around. If he was like back in the olden days,
he was like a little Greek and
like a little like in the ancient Greek days, like he'd be one of them, like one of those like privileged sons of an ancient Greek. And he'd be like, Father is going to teach me to ride horseback tonight, and I may frolic with the boys afterwards.
Oh, shit. I hope he sees this. The Big Bill says, thanks, buddy. He says, why must you make me decide between this? Look at this. Buster trying to get that seat. His ass almost came out. He said, why must you make me decide between the C's and you? The Celtics meeting. That game is on in 38 minutes, and we're gonna try to keep this one to 2.5 hours tops, so that you guys can watch the finals tonight. I got a little, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the Warriors. Here, but we'll see what happens. Big deal. But I'm a Mavs
you're
fan.
talking about the Coachellas.
The Coachellas?
The purses. I can never decide either. Which
one?
I'm in the middle of an Amazon ordering spree.
You open the purse and there's a concert side of it, and it's a Burning Man. That's what happens. Jerry Ramey, thank you. Says, I called dibs on Jay. Got lost looking to his eyes. Yeah. Well,
hey, all right, Jerry. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I practice this a lot. This is called the stalker look.
I'm gonna have to pull my camera closer so that I can eye rape him.
Maybe you should have bluer eyes. You fake ass.
My eyes are so fucking blue, dude.
Mine's ice blue. I got an ice fan personality.
No, it's just all a cum that went in your mouth.
That makes no sense. Blue. I didn't know fucking cum turns your eyes blue.
Yeah, that's
it does. New. Hey,
yeah,
ladies,
because I'm the one who.
If you want your kid to have blue eyes, make sure that he squirts you in the eyeballs.
Your kid? Don't have your kid squirt you in the eye. That's disgusting, Jay.
Why
would you say that?
I've known on the internet. I never said that. Hey,
why
you know what? We just watched that fucking show on Netflix that's coming out.
True.
So
we gotta get to that soon.
About that dirty shit.
Wyatt Atlee, thank you, says, hey, stop taking pictures of yourself while you're fucking driving. At least he has a seatbelt on. Hey guys, work is dead, so I'm able to tune in. I expect a striptease tonight from both of you. Wait, what? Excited for the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, Billy, Wyatt.
I love you, Wyatt Atlee. You may get it from somebody.
Yeah. Well, call me after work. We'll actually do the real thing.
We'll see what happens. I mean, yeah. Why do you want a preview? We'll just go straight to the premiere.
We will butt fuck. We will have sex in your car. It will happen again.
I literally, you know what happened? I zoned out. I was just thinking about all the naughty things we could do with like butt rings and things.
This is a dirty stream. This is dirty.
Like Ryan Minton. Hey, I feel the same way. And that face is exactly how I would be if I were a new like subscriber. I'd make that face of his like thumbnail. That's exactly like because that looks like a bro dude. That's a bro dude's face. If I were like, hey, these guys might be fun, and then I clicked on the stream talking about butt sex and shit, this is face.
Hey, somebody on here said I had a fucking neck beard. I do not have a fucking neck beard. I can't help it won't grow here. I don't shave it that way. I didn't sign a fucking NRA membership or anything to get it that way. It just grows there. What do you fucking want from me?
I think you
That's
should go back to your stash. Sorry. I think you should go back to your stash.
Dude, oh my God. Birthday party in the neighborhood this week. Child's birthday party in a room with a bunch of people, little hungover, around the birthday cake. Moms just painting the picture in a garage. Lots of moms, people I don't know, some older people. We're talking about
sounds like Daddy Daycare Part 3.
Yeah, it was wild. We're talking about the fun thing is
gotta go to Applebee's afterwards.
It's still we ended up getting tanked with like 4 people all day afterwards. But at this point, it was still a very appropriate birthday party. Standing there in the garage, they're literally, and someone was talking about beards, and I looked at him, and what I wanted to say was, I want the mustache look, but Katie won't let me do it. And I literally looked at like these 4 women and went, I want to do this, but Katie won't let me do it. Like trying to show like I want to cut the mustache this way, but I did this. I want to do this.
You want to,
but
they
Katie
were thinking,
won't let me do it.
Yeah, they were thinking, oh, Mike wants to part her lotus flower and have a meal at the buffet. And she says, no. What kind of woman is that? Or he's just terrible. That's what happened.
Some guy was like, let him fucking do it. He's a giving man. I know, because he just gave me a butt job.
Yeah,
you
could have done.
What is a butt job?
I mean, this is like there's a little, because you didn't be like, it'd been really bad if you'd been like, I'd really like to do that. Because you're just like, but you should have done this. I really like to grow this. Because, but if you were like, I'd like to grow that, but if she let me do that,
and I want someone to fist my fucking mouth. Happy birthday to you. I noticed what I did. I went, and I like just stepped out of the room. It was really embarrassing.
Captain, I've stepped into a pile of shit of my own doing. Permission to beam up.
We don't have the power. Jasmine Lauderdale, thank you so much. I recently watched Columbo, the Donald Pleasance episode, Any Old Port in a Storm, and realized how good Jay Carpenter's his mannerisms. That means you blow it.
Captures his mannerisms. You know what? To be honest with you, that's pretty interesting. I've never seen Any Old Port in a Storm. So maybe I'm that Malcolm McDowell. I didn't want to watch how he did it. I'll do my own thing. Yeah, I read that book. It was a masterpiece.
Tyler Rumpfeld, thank you, sir. Says, sorry I'm late. Had to get my homemade tapes back that were stolen. Did some stuff with 4 or 5 chicks on them, and turns out some of them were dudes. That's fantastic.
Dude, it happens all the time. But it's
extra
okay.
points. I love it when it turns out
you're
to
an
be
explorer. Goods. Magellan, that's right. He was an explorer too.
Deep down, I do.
Hey, look, Tyler, that's the face you make too when you find out they're a dude. You're like, am I shocked? No. Am I turned on still? Yes.
Thanks, Tyler.
Doesn't bother me.
Congratulations.
That's like finding it when Joe Dirt found out that hot ass girl was his sister.
Well, yeah, it was probably when she was on top of me saying, "I'm your sister. I'm your sister."
Yeah, but she turned out not to be a sister.
Why did it sound like Anton should go? I'm your sister. Fuck your sister.
Because you married into it.
Texas Tootin. From Kentucky. Texas Tootin. Did you already say that? I think I heard you in my periphery. That's a fantastic fucking name.
Texas Tootin. Thank you so much for your goddamn pledge and association with this fucking clubhouse right here, here. That's right, boy. The theater experience tickles the tank just right, and that's the truth. It does. I'm happy the theater experience survived. I'm happy the theater survived. We had a little rough patch of it there in the last 2 years, but hey, it pulled through. By the way, and you know what really was the one that captured it, speeding bullet style, is the Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, wasn't even a fucking superhero movie.
Yeah, Tom Cruise's best movie. By the way, it was an awesome movie, but his best movie of all time to date, as far as what it opened with and how much money it's making.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah. That copyright shit's gonna be fucking weird, folks. It's gonna be fucking weird.
Yeah, but let me take that. All I'm saying, like, because I don't want people like, oh, is that Jay's favorite movie? No, I'm saying like that's Tom Cruise's best movie he's ever had opening.
Because I was fixing to disagree with you, but honestly,
there's
it's probably
a lot of good goddamn Tom Cruise movies now. I'll tell you about it. But
buddy, fucking beans there is, buddy. Anthony Stamp says, Jay, what do you think about the Resident Evil 4 remake announcement? Do you think it'll be as good as Resident Evil 2 remake?
That's a good question, man. I saw it. The graphics. I mean, the graphics look amazing. I think it'll be good Resident Evil 2 was an amazing accomplishment as far as remakes go. If Resident Evil 4, as long as they maintain the story and the mechanics of what made the original fourth one good, and they don't try to fuck with it too much and add too much too many microtransactions, and then try to add a multiplayer component to it, which I think takes away from the actual horror survival, which is a solo game. It'll be great. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be good. I definitely gonna buy it because I got on this kick, dude. I played all the remakes in a row with April, like about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I played the Resident Evil 1 remake, 2 and 3. So I might just I think it's gonna look. I mean, it looks good as fuck.
I don't know what.
Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about nothing.
I like wieners. Eduardo Santiago, thank you, sir. Neckbeards for life. You gave 4 ladies the V sign. You animal. It was crazy time. It's a crazy day. Ended up sun drunk.
Did they all look like the ladies from the hairdressers at like fucking the movie Hairspray?
Oh my land! What the fuck?
I love it. Summer loving.
Cover your eye, children.
Suck your vagina.
That's all you said. Come or loving. Come or loving. Dark light. Thank you. Says Jay should dye his hair red into a mohawk. I'd fucking.
You know what? You know what? Eventually, if my hair keeps receding the way that it is, it's the way that the direction of the hairline is going. It's going to be a mohawk. So it might just happen. It's just going to be like
fucking mohawk.
And then, I'll just shave it and I'll try to do the Bruce Willis thing, and that's the way it. You know what? I know it's Bruce Willis, and no one can make it sexier than Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, when he was losing his hair, he had the Bruce Willis shave, the Die Hard shave. It looked good as fuck. No one can pull that out. Most people can't pull that off. So what I might do is just say fuck it and go straight bald. I might go Mr. Clean. I'm talking about like squeaky.
Yeah, you should. You should do it. You look more like Loomis. You won't have to put it on the trench coat. You can come over and
was he bald? Well, he technically at the end he was bald. Well, he was almost bald. Yeah.
He
just start shaving the top part off and then leaving this.
You get the donut. Yeah.
Donut hair.
I like that. The old history teacher, Josh Nietzsche. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Says, hey, boys, good to see you. I need a little help. My crush did me dirty, and I'm bummed. I'm hoping Dr. Loomis can talk some sense into me and or offer advice. Thank you kindly. I'm going to get a drink while you do this as not to waste time.
All right. That's an ugly face. I just lost a boner for 3 weeks. So your crush did you dirty. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming they stood you up or they said, you're not my type, or I don't want you. You smell like sardines. Get away from me. You stinky fish, or something like that. Well, this is what I'm going to tell you. Speaking of fish, there's goddamn millions of them in the sea floating around. They're just bobbing to the surface. And there's this, hey, look, you're a boy. You're a man. You go out there and you say, hey, little female fishes, I want to take you out. I'm going to treat you right. Take you to Olive Garden. Give you some Asian tea. Make you pay for it, or we're going to split it because I don't know how things are going to go. Maybe take you out for a little ice cream. Maybe go to the movie theater, and then afterwards, I might lay on top of you if you allow it. Okay?
Do it.
Don't let your ass worry about that. Get a job. And if you have a job, keep on that. Work, power, money, ladies after. Scarface said it, and he was right.
That's true.
First you get the money, then you get the power. When you get the power, you get the jeans.
That's not what Scarface said.
He said it because I said
it. Noah Campbell, thank you. Says Micah J, I've been a long-time subscriber, and now and I'm having a stroke. And it was a good time to finally express my appreciation for you both. Let's get it up.
Yeah, man.
I love you.
Hey, thank you, Noah. That's really nice of you. I love, and I don't mean this in any offense or what. I love lurkers, dude. I love lurkers that come forward to the light to express their gratitude at some point or another. And they're like, I am glad to be a part of this community. And I have always watched from the shadows. But now the day I have made my appearance known. That's me like doing a bat, like going back into the shadows.
That's a perfect noise, and I liked it in my butt. Gary, thank you. Says, since actors are going back to their best movies before they retire, like Eddie's doing Beverly Hills Cop 4, I would like Jim to end with Ace Ventura 3 and The Mask 2. I disagree with you, but I love you.
I would love to see an Ace 3. I think an Ace 3 would be good. he did go back to Dumb and Dumber, which did not work out. I mean, and that was one of his classic movies with Jeff Daniels. I mean, again, Dumb and Dumber, the second one was good for a lot of the older fans that grew up with Dumb and Dumber because it was a nostalgic kind of thing, but it was not a good movie. Ace 3, if Jim Carrey just went balls to the wall with it and did what he did in the first two, I think it'd be great. Mask 2, I don't know. I mean, I think the Mask 1 is fucking awesome, but honest to God, the movie that I would love to see him go back to, other than Mask 2, would be and I know it would be like, oh man, because you can't tell that story twice, but I would love to see a Liar Liar Part 2.
Oh man, that's tough. Yeah. I've got to a point with Jim Carrey. Like, I'll be honest. If they announce Ace Ventura 3, I'm gonna shit my fucking pants. We were talking about this the other day. I think at the Patreon, one of the streams, we were talking about your favorite movie of all time, and like mine flip flops, but sometimes it's Ace Ventura. Like, I just love that movie so goddamn much. But Dumb and Dumber 2, I liked it the first time I saw it, and every time I've seen it since, I'm like, oh, that's why everybody fucking hated it. I'm an idiot who has no aspirations to live a decent
apparently
life.
Have sores on your butthole.
Yeah. They're not sores.
I don't know.
I don't have sores on my butthole. It's a prostate,
process.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I want to see it. I would see it. I just hope that they go full balls to the wall with it. But I
know what yours is going to be. I knew it. Go ahead.
Well, no, I don't think they should do any of them, dude. I actually feel like I'm thinking about this. Like, it's both Jim Carrey, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's multiple. Jim Carrey and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the top two, but they should have careers like Tom Cruise has right now. Jim Carrey is one of the funniest, best fucking actors of our entire lifetimes, and it makes no goddamn sense that he's not in fucking bigger movies. I know he's doing Sonic and the bit parts, and that are the best parts of the movies, but like Jim Carrey and Arnold Schwarzenegger should both still be gigantic fucking movie stars, and I don't understand it.
The problem with Jim Carrey, though, is Jim Carrey is more interested in being like a goddamn fortune cookie and being weird with his beard than doing movies. By the way, you shocked me, dude, because I thought you were going to say a sequel to Cable Guy and a reunion, like a Matthew Broderick reunion.
No, yeah, no, I want that. Yeah, I do. You're right. I do want that.
I think a Cable Guy. I thought either it was going to be a Liar Liar Part 2 or a Cable Guy 2.
I love them all. Jim Carrey is my favorite actor of all time, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Mel Gibson. But yeah, I have no decision-making abilities. Michael Parton, Jay, it's not grease, it's hairspray. I mean, Jay, it's grease, not hairspray.
That's right. I know. Well, I know hairspray though, but I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I tried to add in the song from Grease into what I was saying, but yes, it's fine.
I missed it, but I guess I assumed that you were talking about what lube you used to fuck that guy's butt.
Yeah, there's no lube involved. He was wide and open and willing. He had plenty of hot dogs in there.
Sometimes you're willing and you still need lube. I mean, I've actually, you know what's weird? I've never used lube my whole life.
I've never
done a lot of weird shits. Actually, I've never used lube. I played with it. Like, I've squirted around. Like, oh no, I did that one time. The first time that I had. I'm not going to tell that story right now. We've told that.
I think we're already demonetized at this point. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it just takes too long to tell a story. No, it's the first time I ever did that with a girl, and she's like, "Oh, you've never done that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then it was in the drawer. She's like, "There's some lube in the drawer," and I pull out like a fucking ketchup container. I'm like, "Jesus Christ, you're a hoe, aren't you?" And then, no judgment. No, it was giant.
It was that big. That bitch is fucking been busy.
No, it's huge. Yeah, dude, it's huge. It was a fucking like. She got that bitch at Sam's Club.
This bitch was a prostitute.
That was a Costco bottle.
Like, they usually don't do me in my vagina. It's only my butt.
Yeah, but that's a lot of you guys have heard that story before. Anyway, I went to put it in, and because I put way too much of that shit on there, I didn't mean to do it, but it just took it all at once, and it just went. And then she screamed, and I felt awful, and she ran off to the bathroom crying, and I had to apologize multiple times.
Damn,
so
dude,
that was
her
that
asshole
story
almost sucked her dick first, like into the fucking gullet of the abyss.
Yeah, it sounded like a Star Trek phaser. I was like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry."
That shit wasn't on stun. That was on kill.
To be fair, it was kind of funny how she ran away, because she ran away like the girl in Scary Movie. She's like,
I think no, you know what? I think I used it it's for fun.
On yourself? You're not frozen, you're embarrassed.
No,
is it embarrassed because he tried to fuck a bear?
You know what?
What?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Colton Candler. Colton Candler, thank you, buddy. We'll start this as our first news story tonight. I know you guys have been waiting for all this. Has been a really dirty stream. It's been filthy.
I know,
Colton
it's really nasty.
Thoughts on the Black Adam trailer? That's one of the news things we're going to talk about tonight. It was very underwhelming to Colton. What did you think, dude?
I think it was racist. First off, his name's Black Adam. Are we not like aware of where we are? Are we living in a bubble? Are we in an echo chamber?
Deadpool, white fucking Deadpool. You know what I mean?
Fuck. Why don't you call him big, strong Samoan Adam? Because that's what he is. No, to be honest, first off, Colton says underwhelming. I'm kind of in between on it. I thought it was cool to see Atom Smasher and Hawkman shows up in it, and Dr. Fate, played by the amazing, always classic, awesome Pierce Bronson. I thought my wife just farted when she got up. She just, that's why I paused for a second, but it wasn't. God. It was just a chair creaking. It was my chair creaking.
Does this happen often?
No, it was my. I was leaning forward. I was like, did she fart? But no, anyway. But yeah. I know. I got kind of farty excited too when I was getting ready to watch this trailer. But no, and then as far as the character of The Rock playing Black Adam, now here's the thing. I thought it was cool, and he seems like, obviously physicality, he fits the part. Like, he looks like a big, strong, like huge muscular dude that could play and perform as Black Adam. The thing is that he's got such a good guy vibe to him. Black Adam has got to be this arrogant asshole. If he played it more like if he played it like he did The Rock when he was in the WWE, if he played it like this, I'm too good for school, I'm the one with the right answer, shut your mouth, like that. It would be, because the thing is, and I know Black Adam, he's not really misunderstood. Black Adam is a guy that Kahndaq is what he loves, what he his city, his
Kahndaq.
It's a town in Egypt. That's his his only purpose in life is to protect that. He doesn't give a fuck about the outside world necessarily. He doesn't care. As long as you don't fuck with his, he won't fuck with yours. It's a very goddamn Alcatraz mentality. Don't fuck with mine, I ain't gonna fuck with yours. Or I guess that would be more like Rikers Island. But it's like they were trying to thread the needle with The Rock in this. They were trying to be like, but we have The Rock, and he's so charming as a good guy. Let's try to make him a good guy, but he's also a bad guy. You get what I'm saying? He's it's also based on your perspective. I always thought when I've read Black Adam before, as far as in the DC comic books, I think he's always in the middle, and he plays the gray really well. He's not really evil. He just does whatever it takes to protect his people, to protect his city, to protect his town, to protect the people he loves. That's it. And he also treats his own people very well. I feel like they didn't, and he's also fucking arrogant. He's got a very, very arrogant ass attitude about him. And I feel like they did not capture that. I think the movie looked cool, and there was a lot of cool cameos that are going to happen in the movie, but I feel like the arrogance needs to be there more. And I hope that we get to see it in the theater, in the actual movie. Like, the people's eyebrow comes up. He's like, huh? You think you're better than me? Like, he's got to be arrogant. Like, that's the character. It's an arrogance. It's like a majestic, I'm better than you because I rule on high and I have power.
Mm-hmm. I see you make really good points. I disagree actually a little bit with you and Colton. Maybe it's because I didn't expect to care at all, and I watched the trailer and I came away super impressed. But it's all expectations, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I thought, like, I was impressed because it felt a little bit darker than I expected, and what I want to see, I saw a glimpse of what I've always wanted to see with The Rock in this trailer a little bit. And I think that they have miscast him. I think most of his action movies are pretty goddamn boring and like kind of Disney-fied, like even like the what's the Skyscraper and stuff. Like, you want him to be this Arnold Schwarzenegger type of action star, but the movies he's in are just kind of way too just like generic for me. So I wasn't excited for this at all, but I got a glimpse of what I want to see from him in this trailer, and that's like, I think they built him up to be this Terminator, and like to do like the there's two different, like, so Sylvester Stallone is the is the underdog in all of his movies. He's huge or whatever, but in his best movies, he's an underdog. In Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movies, he's an unstoppable force. You know what I mean? And I think they've tried to present The Rock as this unstoppable force when they need to go neither of those routes and go the Tom Cruise route. And what is The Rock? Rock is a guy who is just, as a human being, what's interesting about him? It's not that he's super fucking famous.
His eyebrows.
What's interesting about him is that he has the determination and the motivation of a fucking Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt in these movies. So I think they need to do something weird with him, and he needs to play that type of character who will fucking work out for 7 hours a day and do all the shit that he does. And like be this like hell-bent force in a movie and not just be like, I'm a huge funny dude, you know? I don't know what I know I'm sounding confusing, but what I saw in this trailer was him being a little bit darker. was him being a little bit darker than I'm used to seeing him be, and I didn't expect that, and I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed that the trailer was a little bit darker, and I kind of liked the vibe of the whole thing, man. I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited to see it because I think it's going to be, again, I trust. That's a strong word. I think that DCEU is not bound up to some mouse's dick like Marvel is. So they can do whatever they want to do. They can make it any rating they want to make it. They can literally go out and have him crushing the fucking skulls of some people and you seeing the boogers and snot popping from their eyeballs if they so felt like it. But what I thought was it looks like a fun movie, but I feel like they're still, and again, I'm scared about this. I feel like when I was watching it, I mean, Black Adam could be a really super dark kind of, not, and again, it doesn't always have to be super dark, but it could be a very much more dark portrayal of this character than they are willing. And I feel like there's like a Botox injection of they want to put Marvel shit in this, and they're just making it light enough. It just froths to the surface. And they're like, well, we got to sell toys though, guys. I mean, who's going to buy our toys?
I do sniff that. Yeah.
Now here's the thing. At the same time, I understand. I mean, obviously, definitely kids should enjoy and digest these superheroes and get to know these stories. They're great stories. I grew up with these stories too, but I feel like at the same time, Black Adam, especially with The Rock, is, man, there's something I think of. Who I think of when I think of Black Adam? I think of someone with the attitude of someone like Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. A fucking
black guy? Is that it? Is that what you think of? Is he not black enough for you, you piece of shit?
He just didn't have the big enough cock for it. Okay, only black men have those kind of cocks. But no, he's black enough. But no, and I was looking. But no, I feel like the attitude is the Jaime Lannister type of attitude, like the arrogance was missing. And I feel like they're almost afraid, and maybe there was like a deal somewhere struck that the Rock could not be super unlikable in the movie. He could not come across as evil or sadistic in any way whatsoever, and you had to threat. And now I'm like, dude, that's not the character though. The character, I mean, I'm not saying that he's sadistic, but at the same time, he looks out for him. He's arrogant. He looks out for his own people. He doesn't care about the rest of the world, and that's the way the character should be portrayed. By the way, I'll tell you, one of the best portrayals of Black Adam I've ever seen on screen is in Injustice 2, the video game. That's the guy, the voice actor, by the way, did an incredible job with the accent and also showcasing he cares and puts above all else the survivability of his people, and that's it. Nothing else matters to him.
I did like the little origin story they threw in there for him, though. Like, I kind of felt bad for him.
Well, that's the story, yeah. But then when he comes and comes back and whatever, it's like, again, it's like keep my family's name out your fucking mouth. It's like Will Smith.
Yeah, The Rock needed to be more like Will Smith in that one. Oh, fuck. I know that's not what you're saying. Gary, thank you, says, since actors are going back to their best movies before they were... I already fucking read that. Jesus Christ, Mike, get your shit together. Suck a fuck. Benny G. I like your name. I don't know why. Just Benny fucking G says...
I like his profile picture, too. He looks like you went to Zell's.
It does also look like this is one of the happy pictures that they take on one of those Dateline NBC episodes before they're like, but darkness struck next. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
Love you guys.
Actually taking her into a secret hideout behind the woods. Like when he looks like woods.
What those woods would see that night. Love you guys from the top to the bottom to the top. I stopped from the cord to the bottle in the middle of the you fucking got me, dude. You got me to that Linkin Park shit. Y'all should try to have Michael Zach Myers from Shinedown on the show. He's a huge Halloween fan. Get better, Mike. Prostate prayers. I'm good. I'm already feeling better. I haven't even taken an antibiotic yet.
Sores. Who's that?
It's not a sore. It's an infection.
Yeah, that would not, you know what? Yeah, if I had Michael Zach Myers from Shinedown on the show, you know what it would be like for me? It'd be like one of those things like, hey man, I could maybe talk to you about one song that I know, but you like Michael Myers? You like Halloween? And then we would just talk about Halloween and movies and shit. But
I'd be in the corner like, the monsters are real.
Yeah, Mike knows music more than I do, and then I'd be like, yeah, I don't know any of that shit, man. I don't even know what a goddamn fretboard is. What's that? Is that something you get at a culinary kitchen? A fretboard? Or is that like old wives' tale? I'm having a fretboard right now because I'm nervous. I'm on a fretboard.
No, but Shinedown, they're an amazing band. I don't listen to, they're too perfect for me. Like, I do listen to some of their songs. I really do enjoy them. They're too good. Like, I like shit that's kind of fucked up and like not perfect, and they're just too fucking good, man. But like, I don't know how to explain. I know that sounds dumb as fuck, but I know that I've seen him contact and like be in contact on several with like James Sh. Courtney and people like that. I've always been like, that'd be cool if he came on our fucking show. Like, we like Halloween, dude.
You know what? I don't care. We might be able to get the saxophone dude from the Lost Boys, and that's a killer.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
We one time played in the same venue as a band that ended up opening for them, Pop Evil, when we were in the band. But yeah, no, I know we should get him on the show, man. David says Jim Carrey is the only dude that can dance to Cannibal Corpse. That's a really good point. That guy can do anything. He's the most underrated fucking actor of all time. I don't care if he's famous.
He's a living, breathing cartoon. I mean, he knows how to use his body in a way that is extremely cartoony. I don't know. Like I think someone described him as that even when working with him. It's like literally watching a like a Wile E. Coyote or something like come to life on the next to you.
Dude, there will never be another Jim Carrey in this world. Steve Evans, thank you, sir. Will Blumhouse be under more pressure scrutiny making the new Exorcist trilogy versus Halloween, given the material and how venerated the original movie is?
Did I say that right? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Halloween is as revered in the horror community as something like Batman. And if you're able to succeed in that, it's all aces now. I got aces and kings, bitch. Full house. Whatever you do later on. Now, you are correct. As far as we are concerned, and we've said this multiple times, The Exorcist, the first one, is the scariest movie of all time. Hands fucking down. The scariest movie of all time. It scares the shit out of me. Even now, it scares me. As far as the trilogy goes, well, he doesn't really have much to. Exorcist 2 sucked asshole. The Heretic was fucking garbage juice. The third one was great. The third Exorcist movie is great, but the attention is not going to be on those 3 movies as much as the limelight has been on can Blumhouse do something with Halloween that has been reinvented and, sucked dry so many times through so many different decades. Yeah, and look, that motherfucker was sucked so dry he was a skeleton. Dude. It was a mummy.
All hot and bothered over here.
Oh. Yeah, Rob Zombie left it sucked dry like a mummy and full of disease.
I don't think so either. I'm with you, dude. Thing is that like, and I know you can say Halloween's had a bunch of shitty movies too. But The Exorcist has had so many shitty movies. That's one of them. But they haven't had as many. Like, Exorcist ruled, fucking greatest movie of all time. You could say even that's an argument. 2 sucked, but 3 was really fucking good and underrated. And then everything else is a mismatch. But look, dude, they just did a fucking TV show on Fox. And I remember getting all hot and bothered about that. Like, how are you going to put fucking Exorcist on a goddamn, on a cable fucking TV show? Not even have it on Netflix or fucking USA. It's on fucking Fox. And then that came out and was actually pretty decent by most people's accounts. So I think that people just don't get that Exorcist doesn't have the same fandom. I think it has as much reverence, at least, as the original Halloween, but it just, for some reason, doesn't have that fandom. And I think that's because the difference between Michael Myers and Captain Howdy, like it's this figure that keeps moving through these movies. The Exorcist was solely great because of the movie itself, not so much the characters in the movie. Whereas Halloween was great because of the movie, but it also had this character you could follow, and I think that's the difference.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I agree, because also Captain Howdy and that whole fucking thing was like scary because it was based on a true story. I mean, at least in some part, and you knew that like it was more. That movie was more all about atmosphere than anything else. It was all atmosphere. I'm not saying that Halloween 1 wasn't, obviously, but Halloween had a protagonist and an antagonist that were fucking memorable and incredible in their own route. So I don't know.
I'm looking forward to that though. Like I'm not promised. Nothing's going to be The Exorcist. Nothing's going to be John Carpenter's 78 Halloween, but I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to see what they do with it. And I believe, well, I'm not sure if I can say that or not. So I'm going to keep my fucking mouth shut because I don't know, but I know something about that and it's pretty fucking awesome. So that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about that. Stole a pilot, Corjai Taylor, you little motherfucker. I swear to God, I love you.
What? You changed your name again. And now you're Rubik's Cube. Put yourself back together.
I can't. It's because you can't figure them out. Hope all is well. I have good news that I'm close to finishing my scripts for my show for film school. Fingers crossed for next year. That motherfucker's getting it done.
Hey, man, you guys send all your thoughts and prayers to Korjai. That's a great fucking guy, and we all wish him the best. And we're proud as shit of you.
He's doing it, man.
We're proud
He's
as
out
shit
there
of you.
fucking doing it. Ray's Peace says I'm uncomfortable. Get used to it, pal.
I really am. Myself
Get used to it, pal. It's coming. I'm coming. Doesn't matter to me if you are or not.
Peace. It's okay. We're gonna get through this together. Shh.
I only care if the women I have sex with come. I don't care if the
hold my hand, Ray.
What kind of person does that make me?
What did you say?
Women, I solely mean my wife, no one else. Gary, it's like how Sony. I know it was a misspell, but it just made me laugh.
Sony.
Haven't made Morbius and haven't made Morbius and Venom villains. Shit, fuck, fart.
You are fucked.
Haven't made Morbius and Venom villains enough. Yeah, dude, I think Venom has had his time in the sun as a hero. I think Lethal Protector. I think it's time to see him as a villain. I really do. I want to see that arc.
Well, Venom
play out.
Well, Venom had a really good run in the comic books. He started out as a villain. I don't think they've captured that effectively at all. And then he does become, more of a Punisher type of character later on. I don't know how they're gonna handle Venom. Like, I like Tom Hardy as Venom, and we'll see what happens. As far as Morbius, though, by the way, it's so fucking weird with Morbius, dude. And I know you guys saw my review. I actually liked that movie decently. I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. But there was some kind of weird, like, did you see that? Like a cult calling to call it back to theaters, and it made like $55 at the theater. It made like $55. I'm kidding. I know.
That shows you how stupid Sony is. Like, they actually believe that.
But they didn't understand that. People were like, they were vibing with it because it was cult. It was like The Room or something. They were cheering in the theater when that fucking dude had his dance number because it was so fucking bad. But they ultimately thought it was so fucking badass. I don't know. They missed the irony of why the fandom was so big for it.
Yeah, they need to fire whoever fucking did that, man, for sure. Latrell 316, how do you feel about Deadpool 2 being R-rated? I think he means Deadpool 3. They reiterated again that Deadpool 3 will be R-rated and Disney will not halt it whatsoever. No, I don't believe it either.
I'm not gonna say a word about it because I feel like that mouse is giving you promises with one hand while Goofy fucks you and fists you in the asshole.
Boner alert.
It's the old distraction game. I'm going to talk to you in the face, and then someone comes up behind you and then fucking steals your shoes and fucks you in the prison.
Yeah. Finger in your butt.
I've seen it all the time on Lockup Roll.
Heads up 7. Yeah. No, maybe we'll see. I think what they'll do, dude, I think it'll be rated R and they'll satiate everybody, by doing that. But I think when you watch the movie, you will see a very big distinction between lines like it's like two hobos fucking in a shoe filled with piss. Yeah. It'll just have a couple fuck bombs and it'll be barely R, maybe a little risque over the line. But I don't think it's going to be anything like we experienced with the first two movies. But we'll see. I'd love to be wrong.
And that's unfortunate. And here's the good news. And I guess a good indicator for this, and you'll know what's happening, is if Ryan Reynolds starts getting uncomfortable and wants to walk away, then the studio is enforcing some bullshit because he already said he doesn't want to be a part of the movie if it's not rated R.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe they're just doing it to get him in there too. I don't know. We'll see what the fuck happens, dude. Mark Wren, thank you, sir, says, howdy, Bubba. Had 27 fireballs since 7 a.m. I'm fucking foggy.
That's the
damn.
Dude, when you said it like that with that picture, that's perfect. Because the only other thing, howdy, Bubba. Had 27 fireballs since 7 a.m. and I'm foggy. Y'all know that Andy Griffith used to keep up and them appearances on the TV show, but the entire time he was butt fucking Barney. I guarantee it. Hey man, Mark Wren. That Mark Wren's a hero, man. That guy's like Moon Knight. He just shows up when you need him.
That is the perfect fucking comment for that too.
I gotta go pee though. We'll have
two more. We got two more. We'll be caught up. Michael Parton says, "Scariest movie I saw as a child." Now I'm still stuck in fucking. I'm just gonna do it that way, Michael. Scariest movie I saw as a child was the It miniseries. When I was 5, Tim Curry as Pennywise was horrified as a child that I couldn't sleep. So horrified. Sorry. That I couldn't sleep in my fucking room.
God damn, get that shit out of your goddamn chest. You sound like you got a cold or lung cancer.
Made me piss my John Deere overalls.
Woo. Michael, yeah, I could see it. Like Tim Curry did incredible with the the role as Pennywise. And I remember my brother being truly terrified of Pennywise when he was a kid. Like fucking couldn't even look at him on the cover. Like anything. Was fucking scared because he always hated clowns. I mean, who doesn't really hate clowns, to be honest? But there was something about the way that Tim Curry played that part was magical. But the scariest movie I've ever seen, and again, it always sticks in my brain, is the my ex-wife in the marriage. No, is the Exorcist, but
it was all equally scary.
But The Shining was really up there too. When I was younger and I watched The Shining, fucking really high on the list. But at the end of the day, it's going to be The Exorcist, but yeah. I get you, man.
Me too. But yeah, I was like, oh, this is sort of boring, but kind of charming. Oh, fuck, that clown scared the tits out of me. And then, oh, this is pretty boring, sort of charming. And then, oh, fucking Dickalai Jones, like they did the same thing to me. I get why Tim Curry's thing scared so many people. Gary says, we already got a Liar Liar 2 when Amber Heard's lawyer objected to himself.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking
it's devastating in my case.
That too was like, dude, if you watch that shit back on Law and Crime, he's like, objection, Your Honor, and they're like, why? You said it. He's like, okay. Like, he's so frustrated, dude. He's like, objection, hearsay.
I'm kicking my own ass. Do you mind?
Hearsay.
And finally, Rosemary, thank you so much. Says, I'm happy you're streaming tonight. I have COVID and it's a nice escape. Love you guys. Hope all's well. Rosemary, you got this shit. All right.
And don't you have a baby either? You fucking weirdo.
Once you've had the COVID and you beat the COVID, you ain't no more scared of the COVID.
Well, wait 2 weeks first. You COVID. Hey, wait 2 weeks first. Your name's Rosemary. Wait 2 weeks after you get over the sickness before you engage in anything, because you never know the combinations. And your name is Rosemary. You don't need to put it on this earth. Hey, I hope you feel better, though.
We hope you feel better real soon. All right. Drink your liquid. Stay hydrated. We're with
Gatorade.
You in this fight. Absolutely. Jay, go pee.
I gotta go. My
go pee, Jay. Come on, man. We did good. We did real good.
Almost in the eye.
That's not the first thing you've had in your eye tonight. Am I right? Yeah, lots of cum. Yeah, we all know. I know. It's okay. It's fine. There's a little cum in your jacket there, like on the neck. I think it reached or dripped off the back of your head. Reached there. Oh, what the fuck is that? Hey, there's a dog being smothered by a pillow on your fucking bed. Holy shit. That house is a house of fucking horrors. Jesus Christ. Anyways, how are you guys doing? I'm fucking wonderful. Sorry, Rosemary. I'm sure that you've heard that Rosemary's Baby joke about 10,000 times in your life. And I'm sure you will have wonderful, amazing children that won't be demonish at all. I have to admit, I've never fucking seen Rosemary's Baby. Never fucking seen it. Never seen it my whole life. You know what I did watch, though? I watched Assassins the other day with fucking Sylvester Stallone and Antonio Banderas. And if you guys have never seen that movie, directed by Richard Donner, by the way, who directed Lethal Weapon, directed Superman, the late Richard Donner, that movie's fucking dope. It's an underrated 90s action movie. There's some boring shit in it, sure, but basically it's Antonio Banderas and Sylvester Stallone fighting the entire fucking movie with guns. And it's actually absolutely fucking underrated But the best part about that entire movie is Antonio Banderas is almost the exact same character he is in Desperado the entire fucking movie. You know, with that whole, "Trying to shoot me in the back, eh?" You know, what's in the guitar case? The guitar. I'm looking for a man named Butcher. You know, he's the exact same way. Like, Sylvester Stallone shoots at him. He's like, "Oi, oi." He's so fucking good, man. Antonio Banderas might be one of the most underrated, fucking hilarious action stars of our entire time. But I do need to watch Rosemary's Baby. And I'm not talking about Rosemary, who was on the show. I don't want to babysit for you, but I want to watch the movie that you share names with. I really do. And also, I want to zoom, 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 and a boom, boom, and shake my rump. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. What just fucking happened? I got alone and got all freaked out and fucking weird, man. Shit. Spy Kids, I never watched that. Robbie, my pups are good. The newest one has not pissed or shit in the house in a couple days. So that's a fucking win, you know? That's a goddamn win right there that you can take for sure. Stephanie Kyle says, I love Rosemary's Baby. It's crazy, Stephanie, because I don't give a fuck. Okay? Nobody asked. Nobody asked. It's there's grown-ups talking. Maybe you should just shut the fuck up. Okay? And for those of you who think I'm a total asshole, we're frenemies. It's okay that we know each other. She stole my clothes once. A hoodie, to be exact. It wasn't like that. That sounded wrong. Toasted cheddar chalupa. My name's Christopher Nolan, and I'd like a toasted cheddar chalupa for my movie Dunkirk. And then maybe you can be in my film Oppenheimer, so long as you're a male. And I would like a $5 taco box with a toasted cheddar chalupa inside. No cheddar. If you could not put cheddar on it, I'll appreciate that, because I'm lactose intolerant, because I'm Christopher Nolan, and I've got precious stones, as in kidney stones. And I'm going to take this chalk right here, and I'm going to paint a little Batman symbol on the wall. And then my friend Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who also wants a toasted cheddar chalupa, do not hold the cheddar on this particular chalupa. He's going to find it, because he's going to be Robin. If you haven't seen The Dark Knight, he's going to go in the Batcave at the end of the film, and I bet he doesn't find there as a toasted cheddar chalupa, because they don't have those in Batcaves. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. My wife is giving me the fucking stink eye right now, and I'm losing it. Toasted cheddar chalupa, Mark Rind. Yes. A toasted cheddar fucking chalupa, mate, because I'm Christopher fucking Nolan, and now I'm getting upset because I'm hungry. I've had a 7-hour shoot tonight, and I haven't had my toasted cheddar chalupa with a Baja Blast. But make your diet. If you can make a diet, I appreciate that, mate. I'm starting to sound like a roadie from fucking Steel Dragon instead of Christopher Nolan. I gotta go smoke a cigarette now. Toasted cheddar chalupa.
Hey, you guys.
Oh man, I yelled at everyone and didn't even get you. Fuck. Fuck.
What are you doing?
Toasted cheddar chalupa.
Oh, that's gross. That makes me never want to go to Taco Bell.
I had one once, and I got a tattoo. And while getting me a tattoo, I thought I was going to throw up all over me, my jimmies.
I wish you throw yourself off of a river.
I'm going to go jerk off in the bathroom and cry and listen to Sinead O'Connor while eating a toasted chalupa on the toilet.
You should cry about your butthole.
Hey, look at this crotch shot I'm about to give you.
That is nasty, mate.
It's a good one,
so
mate.
Gross. It's so gross.
Like fucking Conor McGregor.
I do? Oh, I didn't know he was going to make a big screen, but fuck it. Now you have 2 screens, my forehead and the big screen. I didn't know that was going to happen. How are you guys doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. I guess I should talk about me for a minute, you know? So, big news. I started Dragon Age Inquisition again. I know, right? It's crazy, but I started again. I'm working my way through it. I'm a mage. No big deal. What up, Tim? Pierre says Mike is apparently sexually attracted to lung cancer. You know, we all have to be attracted to certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hello, Xshin. Alone time. Hello. But yeah, so I'm having you know, I've been playing that game for you know, and I'm such a nerd and I'm such a geek. I'm literally I have a strategy guide that that I use that I so I'm in the Exalted Plains. Where should I go first to make sure I maximize my adventuring here? Because I want to get the best crafting materials as well as the best equipment. I got to loot because I got to sell that shit and make the money so that I can buy better things. But anyway, Colton Chandler says, Jay, did you hear about the Quarry game? It's like Until Dawn. It's got Dewey from Screaming in it. Yes, actually, Colton, I did. And I watched the trailer for it. It looks fucking cool as shit. It looks so like it looks so good. The graphics on that look amazing. Like I was like, holy shit. When I actually showed April, my wife now, I showed her the trailer for it, and she was like, oh my God, is that Dewey? I was like, yes, it is. The same fucking guy from Scream. It is him. Richie Work says, I guess I'm gonna smoke on my ass as I fart. I guess that's a problem. Yeah, for sure. JT Custom says, happy Ghostbusters Day. Is that a thing? Is it Ghostbusters Day? Dude, let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown and snort some coke. A jar of cocaine, as Johnny Depp was accused of doing. Yeah. Christopher says, Jay, you should check out the game Ripper from back in the day. I don't know what that is. That a horror game? I'm sorry, guys. You guys are awesome. Ryan Tuvel says, Jay, what did you think of the new Beavis and Butthead trailer? To be honest with you, Ryan, I'm going to be straight up full frontal and no clothes on as far as the truth goes. I did not see it. I heard it's great, though. I'm not, you know, first of all, Beavis and Butthead Do America is a little known fact. It is an American pastime. I think that it's one of the best movies that was ever put out. And it really speaks to the soul, especially Beavis, when all he needs is things for his cornholio. Don Wilk 91 says, Jay, did you ever play Witcher 3? Great game. I started to play it. That game is awesome and I love it. But there is so much to absorb in that game. It's called The Wild Hunt, I believe, isn't it? Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. There's a lot going on in that game. There's a lot of different things that you have to learn and get familiar with before you can actually enjoy the game. So it's kind of overwhelming, but I definitely want to go back to it. The Oct says 128 days until Halloween ends. I know. The Oct, I know. Counting it every day. Fall is the greatest. Can we all just make a poll? Can we all just make a poll right now? And I'm not talking about our wieners or our vagina clits. I'm talking about just a regular general election poll. Is fall the best season? Come on, guys. I know you guys are going to be with me. Come on. Is fall the best season? Is fall the best season? Rachel Hines says, hi, Mike. He's not here. Scary Taylor, by the way, I did know about this. Winter, Megalomaniacs is a good time, though. I do like winter. It is fun, but I like the fall best. I like the fall best. Look, you got the perfect blend of cool weather and the hotness, but it all you know, it's got the good combo there. It makes it all feel good. And then you got like maybe possibly the threat of a thunderstorm nearby. You don't know, but the leaves are changing. The scenery looks so good. That shit could have been painted by Monet. Like it always, like the fall, man. Come on, the fall. But I'm gonna get back to that question because someone said, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What did you say?
My tummy's growling.
Oh, fuck. I think I was trying to answer your question there, Alex. Alex Vargas, thank you so much. He says, I did. No, I don't believe you.
Oh, shit.
I don't believe you. You said I did. Because I thought this was a different thing. But Alex says, I dated Neve Campbell back in the late 80s in Canada. She was such a bitch. She can go fuck herself. You did? If you did, man, you should just be like, I fucked Neve Campbell. You did it. You did it. There was something about Scream 6 that I was going to address, but I don't know where it was. Eugene's Pop Madness says, Jay, are those movie Maniac figures hanging on your wall? Well, yes, Eugene, they are. And by the way, when I hear the name Eugene, I always think of something from Monster Squad. It was like, what, Eugene? Creature stole my Twinkie. Monster came in my room. But yeah, those are movie Maniacs. I actually have Friday the 13th, Pumpkinhead, Crow, Scream, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, and Psycho. Those are my Todd McFarlane movie Maniacs. I don't think I have all of any one complete series, but yeah, they are movie Maniacs. But as far as, and again, Mike, welcome back, sir. Someone said change your hat. They suck.
Hey, I hope not.
No, I did hear about the Neve Campbell controversy that's going on. I saw a little bit about it, and I know that she said that people or they weren't paying her what she's worth, and therefore she's stepping away from the franchise. And she's saying, you know, go fucking fly a kite off the Grand Canyon to the series. But whatever. I mean, Scream will survive. I was saying they should have killed Neve Campbell off in the last one, but whatever.
They should never kill off Neve Campbell. That would be a terrible idea. No, everything should
get the series going. Get some fresh blood in that motherfucker.
That's what they did. They've done it. They did it successfully. They didn't have to kill her off. They sent her off into the sunset. In 5, they brought in a bunch of new fucking characters.
Yeah, but I mean, but they obviously they had plans to bring her back. I mean, you know, but
that's a whole fucking bag.
But here's the thing, and I know someone, like, I don't know if she said that. I'm pretty sure she didn't say that, but I know that there was a comparison made between her and Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, here's the thing about Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. Jamie Lee Curtis and the Halloween series in a whole is way better than Scream. I'm sorry, but the fact is, it's a goddamn sword from God is what Halloween is compared to Scream. And you're talking about Jamie Lee Curtis compared to Neve Campbell, and
I like Neve Campbell better.
Michael Myers over Ghostface. Suck my dick.
I like Neve Campbell better.
Well, I don't give a fuck.
I do. I like Sidney Prescott better.
And I love Wild Things and watching her make out with another girl, but that does not put her on the same planet as Jamie Lee Curtis. But my point being is that I think that overall, I think it's a big deal about nothing. I think it's a big deal, and I think you could do a Scream movie without the original cast and be just dandy. Just like I think that you could do an original movie without the original cast from Halloween and be dandy. Yeah. Certain types of movies ascend from what they originally wrote.
I think the thing about Neve Campbell's storyline is it ended perfectly. Like I don't want ever mind to have Neve Campbell back. And you know, if they're trying to fuck her over, then bad on them, because you know she does deserve a lot. But I've said it a million times, we don't know what she asked for, but like, and what the role was. She could ask for $10 million for 5 minutes in the movie, which obviously would be ridiculous. You can't just do that. But you know, I just think that if Neve Campbell never came back to the franchise, I mean, Scream 5, like honestly, if you're looking at it, how many times is it going to be believable that a random serial killer goes after the same person? You know, with Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis, it makes sense because they have the storyline, all that stuff like that. But like
Michael Myers is supernatural.
Yeah. So I actually don't mind that because after everything she's gone through, like some people want to see her killed off or see her become Ghostface. I think that would ruin her plight. I think that would, the last thing I want to do is see a movie that actually makes the other movies worse. And I feel like if either one of those things happen, it makes the other Scream movies worse. Like she survived all that just to become Ghostface, or she survived all that just to be killed by Ghostface in the end anyway. Yeah. I think the way 5 left it off was we got this new character. She survived. She got this nice send off. We know that she's happy with kids and with her husband, and it's a perfect perfect way if they have to leave Neve Campbell or to leave Sidney Prescott happy with her kids somewhere. You know what I mean?
Look,
I think that's a good storyline.
For me, I was ready to get off the Neve Campbell train by Scream 3. I thought it was fucking dumb. You know, Scream 3 is one of the worst goddamn travesty of a movie anyway. But my point being is like Neve Campbell, to me, she's great, and she's obviously a great actress. I mean, I loved her in Party of Five. What a fucking character she was. But I also think that she's one of those characters that had been played. She's really good in the first one. She's really good in the second one, and that makes sense. But as far as lasting appeal for me, as far as like what Jamie Lee Curtis, I guess I am on the same boat with Jamie Lee Curtis, but I give Jamie Lee Curtis a little bit more of a broader sword because Jamie Lee Curtis is a much more accomplished actress than Neve Campbell. I think that the series would have been fine without Neve Campbell after Scream 2, but it makes me wonder after the Scream 6 thing, and she's saying, well, I'm backing out of the script because they're not paying me the money that I think I'm owed. It makes me wonder if she had a much larger part and they were like, yeah, you're not getting that. We're going to pay you the same or not substandard, but the same standard pay that we paid you in the last 5 fucking movies. And she's like, well, no, I feel like there's a lot of greed going on both sides. So I don't know, but I think that Scream will be just fine without Neve Campbell. Much like it's just been fine without Matthew Lillard. It's been fine without Skeet Ulrich, even though that was a nice little nod in Scream 5. It's been fine without Jamie Kennedy is gone. It's been fine. It's still surviving, but we'll see. I just did, but the fan backlash, I did see that there has been people pissed off about this. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, at the same time, the movie's going to be okay. Like Scream's going to be okay. Like it doesn't need her. And you know, you want to come back on, well, would you say the same thing if they had done a Blumhouse revival without Jamie Lee Curtis? I'd be like, fuck yes. I'd be like, if they had told me that they had never intended to use Jamie Lee Curtis once in their reboot, in their 3 movies, Halloween, Halloween Kills or Ends, and Jamie Lee Curtis had nothing to do with it, I'd be like, I'm all right with that.
I agree with that too. Yeah, I would have been the same way. Yeah, I'd have been fine. Like, I don't think the series, like, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. She's great, but I don't think the series needs her. I really don't. I think it's about Michael Myers and so on and so forth. But yeah, we'll see what happens, dude. It's going to be crazy. I think part of me thinks they're going to figure it out and she's going to end up in the movie anyway. So this is going to be much to do about nothing, but it's been fucking crazy, dude. The Scream world is wild.
Well, right I would agree with you, except the fact that she made public statements, which is really hard to walk back now.
Yeah, well, I think
public statements.
I think they did it first. I think they thought Paramount was going to come out and say it, because if Paramount comes out and says we wanted Neve back so bad, but she just wants too much money, it would have made her look bad. But by her team coming out and saying it first, it gives them a chance to be in the driver's seat and gets the fans mad at Paramount. So we'll see what happens. But I
want to see Neve Campbell back in Wild Things 5. Because I feel like the series have been hurting without her.
Didn't they do Wild Things
too? They've done 4. They've done 4 of them, and I bought them all. I bought them all straight.
You got the laser discs.
I did. And there was always some good shits.
Stacey James wants to know if we saw the Boys season 3 yet.
I have, and I can't wait till this. Dude, did you watch it at all?
No, I still got to catch up with season 2, so I haven't gotten there yet.
Dude, oh my. Okay, the opening of season 3. I wish someone had warned me because I wasn't prepared for that deep dive into a penis hole. But we got to see it, and we got to see it live and in person, dude. The beginning of season 3, The Boys, is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my life. This shit is like, I don't know, watching if King Kong actually did fuck that girl in the original King Kong movie. Like, you're like, what the shit? And you see it, and you're like, I can't believe it's happening, and then it does. But The Boys season 3 is not disappointed. I love it. And by the way, I love anything with Carl Urban. Because again, we've talked earlier about underused and underrated actors in Hollywood. That guy right there, that guy could have been a great Batman. It was never tapped.
Yeah, no, he would have been a great Batman. I can't wait to catch up on that shit, man. For sure,
so good.
It's a great fucking show. Michael Parton says, Mike, your shirt reminds me it's Ghostbusters Day, and they're going to announce a sequel. So I didn't know it was Ghostbusters Day.
I didn't know. Yeah, somebody mentioned it earlier. Yeah,
that's fucking great. They did just announce, Michael. I don't know if you knew this. They announced that they're going to do an animated series, and it's going to have the same guys that did Afterlife behind it, making the animated series. So I think that's going to be fucking cool.
Oh, they're making it.
Yeah, they're making.
So they haven't cast anybody yet.
No, not that I know of. At least,
yeah, well, you know, that's cool if they're going to make their own iteration. I just don't want them to fuck with the real Ghostbusters, the ones that came out in the 80s, because if you do that, like they tried it with the extreme Ghostbusters, and they tried to do like this make sure diversity, and they had like the guy in the wheelchair and that bullshit. And it was a good show. It wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't the original. So as long as they don't do that, I'm good.
Yeah. Mercurio 80 says, "Do you have tippy for my bunghole?"
Mercutio 80, you are asking a question that is reserved for the biggest people that have made it to the highest level of Buddhism. We don't know.
Does my dog wipe his butt on my carpet?
Yeah. When your dog licks his asshole, is he enjoying it, or is he thinking about the secrets of life?
Is it a cleanliness thing, or is it a pleasure thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Gary says, "I made a list of every action movie actors to catch up on them all, and out of all of them, Antonio Banderas has ridiculously less movies." Yeah, he does, dude. But like the roles that he's in are so underratedly fucking good, dude. Like,
dude, you know what one of the best Antonio Banderas movies out there, and it's in subtitles. Mike introduced it to me. I guess Mike was in a weird spot in his life.
The Skin I Live In.
The Skin I Live In, dude. I've watched that movie like 3 times. And it's fucking crazy good. It's good because it's got like this thriller element to it and this psychological fucked upness to it. But it's also got a love story in it. And you're like, I'm trying to get behind what you're doing, but you're a rapist, bro. Or like you're like a fucking Sadio Machio or whatever. Sadio Machio.
Sadomasochist.
I can't say that. When I say
whale's vagina.
Yeah, when I try to say it, I always come off as I'm trying to say Ralph Macchio, but no, it's disturbing as fuck. But Antonio Banderas is an incredible actor.
Yeah, dude.
But he has a plus in boots.
Latrell 316 says, "Glad she isn't in the movie talking about Sydney. Gail doesn't need to be in it either. Absolutely relieved." I love Sydney Prescott fucking so much that like I totally understand how the franchise could move on without her. I hate that it would happen this way though, but part of me is like, I'm excited. I'm just as excited for. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just as excited for Scream 6 right now as I was when I thought she was gonna be in it. I really am.
I'm actually a little bit. I hope that they start eliminating the other roles. I feel like if Gail and obviously we know what happened to Dewey. And then spoiler alert. I'm not gonna say what happened, but my point being is like the original cast. Look, that shit they used up their juju juice a long ass time ago. It's time to move forward. If you want to keep that fucking franchise alive, you got to do something new and different with it, and you got to go out. You got to go fucking gun swinging at some point.
Yeah, it was gonna happen. We will have sex in your car. It will happen. But Lego Rhapsody says, "Thank you, buddy." He says, "Hey guys, hope all is well. Super excited for the Ends trailer this month. Have you guys seen Kenobi yet? If so, what do you think? Have you got on that train yet?"
I have not. And I've heard, but I will say I haven't watched it yet because I was waiting on my wife to watch it with me because I mean she likes the Star Wars stuff, but I do know there's a lot of hate for it. And I do know there's been some asshole racist shit that's been launched at one of the characters in it because she happens to be black, which is fucking dumb. If you guys are, I'm not saying you guys are doing that, but anybody does, it's fucking idiotic. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I just know there's been some controversy around the fucking thing. And I think they're only like 4 episodes in. I haven't watched it, but I am looking forward to it. I just have to be in the mood to go back into that universe, into the Star Wars universe.
There's so much Star Wars, dude. There's so much Star Wars content right now. I wish it was fucking Halloween they're doing that with. DJ Graham, thank you, sir. DJ Graham. I don't drink as much as you guys. I'm a certified pothead, but I would love to take shots at Patron with you. I want to party with you. Also, can we get a Fright Night commentary?
That's a good one. I like that, man.
That would be a fun
Hey, which one do you like though? You like the original or you like the remake? Because they're both good. They're both fucking good.
They are.
Colin Farrell is badass.
At the end of the day, I would definitely take the original, but the remake is surprisingly fucking good. You know
really
what I mean?
Good. Anton Yelchin is also really likable. And who the fuck would have thought McLovin would have been a threat? I didn't.
He wasn't even a threat to that guy. Katie Sidebottom! I fucking love you, Katie. We don't see enough of your face anymore. She says, "Hi, I love your dumb faces." I love your dumb face.
We like you, Katie, and thank you, and we love you. And that's I gotta go.
What happened?
You guys hear that? Do you guys hear the sirens?
Oh yeah, it's getting crazy outside, dude. It's getting fucking wily out there.
Dude, every time I hear a siren now that goes by my house, or sometimes when I'm driving up to your house and we pass an ambulance, I'm like, Michael Myers. They didn't believe me.
I know
every
where
time.
he's going.
And I know I should never say that because it could be like someone that's hurt or injured, but I was like Michael Myers.
Speaking of Michael Myers, let's do the Halloween Ends news. There's two tiny little stories for Halloween Ends, but it's exciting. It's
what
fun.
Happened?
It rubs the lotion on the skin.
What happened, Mike?
Well, I'll show you.
Mike's Jimmy Olsen. He's
Stand
on the
I'll
scene.
break it off.
He's on the scene.
The tiny little bit is this is not a big thing or whatever.
Hey, that looks like fun. Shit.
Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando they will have a Halloween set up this year at Halloween Horror Nights, and it's going to be the original movie. So they're going to set up like the original set from the original movie. I don't know how they're going to do it yet. No, they did Halloween 4 before.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's going to be based on the original movie. So that's exciting for those of you who have enough money to go to Universal.
I love it, dude. That's cool because it looks like a man that doesn't know his length in his jumpsuit at all. Because I never noticed his high waters. Like that motherfucker is like stretching it to his shins. He's ready to kill your ass.
Yeah, that's my kid standing at the bathroom door when I just sat down to take a shit.
Well, I feel like that's going to be one of those things. Oh man, I would love to go there because you could probably get that program, right? You could get that program and that little magazine glossy program, and you could smell it. And it smells so fucking good.
I want to go.
If you guys ever smell like fresh magazines, it's like Coke.
I want to go.
You can have that.
Yeah, I want to snort Coke off of it too, Jay. But also, what the fuck, internet? Stupid fucking storm. Nick Castle. Everybody knows who Nick Castle is.
Who's that?
He was in the Tommy and the Boys band back in the day. Yeah, Nick Castle was on a cameo, which I love that. Halloween fans are so fucking rabid, by the way. Whatever they say on cameo, it even turns out in news. It's awesome. But he was on a cameo and he said, by the way, I'm going to be in the new one, but I won't be in the mask. Don't tell anybody. I think that they did.
Okay, good job.
That guy.
You're incognito.
That guy fucking failed you, Nick.
Incognito with a fucking site that's literally fucking advertising Best Buy at its top.
Don't tell anybody, but you'll see me. You'll see this face. Yes, for the first time on camera, the actual face of Nicholas Castle. Which
I've seen. I've seen your face many times when I've mowed my grass and I looked over and I saw my neighbor.
Hey guys,
nothing. I'm happy for him, man. I'm glad that he gets to be in the. You know what? And I feel like it's always been a crime. I feel like Nick Cage should have been Michael Myers' face instead of racist, homophobic asshole that they chose, Tony Moran. I feel like if you have a guy that's working that hard to produce and showcase what Michael Myers is, that guy should have just been the dude that he showed as a face reveal. He looked crazy because he's got a Dr. Pepper on top of his fucking mask in a photo. Like that guy's crazy.
It would have looked better. It would have been a better historically if it turned out that way that he was just doing it. But there's some questions about this though. So some people think, and I think that this is looking too much into it, but some people think they're like, we're gonna see Michael Myers with his mask off, and that's gonna be who Nick Castle's playing. Like Nick Castle's actually gonna play Michael Myers under the mask, and that's where it loses me.
Yeah, we already saw it, but we saw it. James Jude Courtney already did that.
Yeah, we saw way too much of his face in 2018 specifically.
Which was a mistake, but whatever.
I think they did a good job with it though.
Like they did the best they could, but I mean, I don't think his mask should ever come off. Okay, that's like a woman's panties. Until she's ready, it don't come off.
yeah, you gotta wait till. There's no doubt about that. You don't want to jump the gun on that one. You don't want to jump the gun on that shit
one. Because your face was like, you look like a high school principal.
Timing is very important when it comes to when the panties come off. You need signed documents. But no, I think that there's no way in fuck that Nick Castle's face, in my opinion, there's no way in fuck Nick Castle's face is going to be Michael Myers' face. I think he's just saying he's going to play a role in the movie, and which will be cool for him. That's neat, man. Especially since his part got cut out of Halloween Kills because it was that dumb. I get the sentiment. It was a cool idea, but it just didn't look good. That scene where he was in the bathroom and the drone flies in and you can see it. That was him playing Michael Myers. I think if this is going to be the last movie he's involved with at all, throw him a little bone in there. I think that's fucking awesome for Nick Castle.
Well, what if? I mean, it's kind of crazy, but what if he was one of the victims of Michael?
That would be fucking cool, dude.
I think that'd be cool. See him die. That's how I would do it. I would do it. Be like, hey, what if Nick Castle was like a gas station attendant or something, or like he was a clerk in some store, and then Michael comes in, and then they have this kind of like really brief kind of standoff moment, and then he moves for the shotgun to shoot him, and then Michael comes across and stabs him in the jugular. I think that's kind of cool. That's kind of poetic. Like, nod the hat. Thank you for all your services and goodbye.
He could pull off an acting scene, dude. He's directed Last
Yeah,
Starfighter.
he's like, get the fuck out of my store. This is my goddamn store. And then Michael Myers like walks. He's like, I'm tired of all you kids putting on them pussy masks. And then Michael,
yeah, it's not a Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah, well, whatever. And then he could, Michael could stop in the doorway, and they could have like a standoff, and then a confrontation, and then Michael could kill him. I feel like if I were Nick Castle, I would be pushing for a death scene by Michael to end my lineage.
That'd be
it.
I would love that so much. It'd be even funnier if he's like on Halloween night, he's dressed as he's like an asshole who knows what's going on in town, but he dresses like Michael Myers just to be a dick. And then you get to see Michael Myers. We all know that this is a guy dressed up as Michael Myers, but Michael comes out, rips his mask off. He's like, "That's my motherfucker, French fries, motherfucker," and he kills Nick Castle. That would be funny as shit.
What if they did a crazy thing? I'm gonna piggyback on what you're saying. He was dressed as Michael. And then he's like doing some stupid shit. He's trying to scare kids, and he's walking across the street, and they kill him in the style of
Ben Tramer.
Ben Tramer. It's like a throwback scene to Halloween 2, and then you see him like collide with the car.
Yeah,
and then well, no, he's still alive. No, they could put him in a flashback scene, and Loomis could give out. I thought it was him. What are you doing? I thought you said shoot. I didn't say shit.
You don't have a police force. Yeah, dude. But that's cool. Like, I think that'll be cool for me. I can't wait to see what it is. I'm sure it'll be small. I hope it's not just some face in the crowd. Evil dies tonight, Nick Castle. Look, Evil dies tonight. Oh, that would be the worst fucking cameo ever. Yeah. I bet they've had this in their mind for some time.
By the way, we will never have Anthony Michael Hall on the show.
Not by our own, just because he probably won't want to.
Well, that guy, up to this point, he was known for the Dead Zone on Sci-Fi and Weird Science and The Breakfast Club.
Like, I thought his role was good. I thought his character was going to be better in Halloween Kills than it was.
Well, you know what? And by the way, I love that people think that we always give Halloween Kills like over the top reviews, but we were pretty. We said there was some corny shit in it, so
yeah. But they got Michael right, and that's what fucking matters. They didn't fuck with Michael. Okay, so a couple more things we got to talk about before we go, and one of them is Stranger Things 4. Don't worry, no spoilers, no fucking spoilers. Don't you touch it. We're
gonna be all right.
I'll burn you down.
Come on in here. Come on in here to the restaurant. Just sit down here. Just sit down
here. Curse again, I'll smack you red.
What, you want some gobbledygook? Get you some gobbledygook.
You want some fucking gobbledygook? I'll go gobble gobbles.
I'll tell you what, man. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think it's good. I'm all the way through it. And apparently there's a volume 2, which, according to sources, are as long as movies. Like, they're an hour and 40 minutes each. So July 1st, and I guess and maybe July 2nd or on the same day, they're going to release the last 2 episodes of the series, and they're like an hour and 40 minutes. But I got to say, Stranger Things season 4 redeemed itself. I think they got back to what mattered in a lot of ways, which was the element of horror and the element of adventure that was sorely lacking in my opinion, in some of the other seasons. I feel like this one was it was on point, man, and it had some amazing soundtrack moments in it where they throw the 80s soundtrack into it. The character development is really good. And I feel like it's weird. Like, everybody's asking about, is Will gay? Is Will gay? I don't fucking care. I noticed the kid that maybe felt like he was left out by his friend. I didn't really notice the gayness to it, but I mean, that was like a big question after this season. Is Will Byers gay? And does he have a crush on Mike Wheeler? I personally looked at it like a guy that wanted to, he missed his friend. And you want to twist it and move it around any way you want. That's fine. And if he is gay, that's fine. I don't care. But I just feel like that was like what they were focusing on. I feel like what they didn't focus on was like the antagonist in this. And I'm not going to say his name because I don't want you guys not to know what's going on here. Or like, I don't want you guys to know, like, I don't want you guys to, a spoiler. The antagonist was fucking awesome. The antagonist is great. And I'm like, damn, dude, they did such a great job with building this antagonist up and building this badass, like, evil story with him. And they've got so many more interesting new characters that are coming in now. I'm like, I wish this went on one more season because I would like to see the growth of some of the newer characters that they have introduced in this. But yeah, overall, man, and I heard thunder, so that means my time is almost up. It's a great fucking dude. This is for me season 2 level of good.
Actually, I thought my favorite season so far was the first season over the second season, but this one is as good, if not better, than the first season. This might be my favorite one so far. And full male nudity spoiler alert. I haven't finished it yet. I'm 5 episodes in. But I feel like it got back to what seasons 2 and 3 missed for me. Like season 2 didn't do it for me that great. I thought it was good. It was Stranger Things. It's always been good. Season 3 was good, but this season felt more to me like season 1 did. I felt like they got back to what they were really fucking good at. And I'll say this, dude, my favorite thing about it was the bad guy, number 1, because he just fucking looks cool.
Awesome.
And it's like Hellraiser mixed with fucking Pinhead mixed with Freddy Krueger mixed with gobbledygook, scary stuff.
Looks like a goddamn street vendor on New York selling hot dogs.
And the way they show him is really good. Like sometimes they show him a little bit too much because he's a little CGI, but like the way he'll like be walking down a corridor and just turn and be like, yes. I'm like, that's fucking good. That's really good shit. And I liked it. The first episode's maybe the best episode I've seen so far. The first episode was amazing. I love the fucking new metalhead kid that runs the Hellfire Club.
I love that guy's great.
Fucking awesome actor, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the newer ones that are in this are fucking great.
You had to get a guy to play that role who could be a badass guy that like people would believe could do awful things, but also be really super fucking likable. And that guy just nailed it, man. He was so fucking good. Yeah. Definitely my favorite new character. But I'll tell you this, dude. I think they owe the fucking Wes Craven Nightmare on Elm Street estate some fucking money. My favorite thing, dude, is that this is so fucking Nightmare on Elm Street. It's ungoddamn believable. If you just took Freddy Krueger out of Nightmare on Elm Street and replaced him with a different guy and didn't quite do dreams, but just did like they did in the remake with the micro naps kind of deal where it could happen at any time. It's basically Nightmare on Elm Street. Dude, there's one point where the guy shows up and they're literally doing the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street song. It's not the same, but it's close enough. It's like ding dong, ding ding dong.
Well, and they always say that imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and there's a shit ton of it in this.
Yeah.
But you know what? I gotta be honest, I don't mind it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I think it's great, and I wish more filmmakers did this, man, because what they did was there's such great music in this. And again, Stranger Things has always had a great 80s background to it as far as like the music and the soundtracks go, but they do such a great job. I didn't even know that fucking song Running Up the Hill by Kate James. There's a scene and I'm like, that's fucking badass. The way they shot that scene, I think it was episode 5. Dude, they nailed it. It was so good and it was so awesome, and I'm really happy to see it. But as far as like Kate Bush, yeah, Kate James was from the Johnny Depp trial. Kate Bush. But I will say that overall, I agree with you, man. I like it holds it's up there with season 1, and that's a good thing because it's the last season. So, I mean, they're pulling out all the stops here. I
think they're doing a season 5.
No, they're done.
I thought I read season 5. I swear I thought I read.
Well, they're doing from what I read, they're doing a volume 2, which is going to supposedly clean it all up. Like this is it. Like I don't think.
Oh no, you're season. Yeah, no. I guess season 5 is season part 2. I guess.
Yeah, volume 2. Yeah. Which sucks, man, because I finished it up and I didn't tell Mike the
Oh no, there is a 5th season. Sorry, there's going to be a 5th and final season.
No, I don't think that's true.
I just Googled it.
Is it from Latino.com?
No, it's from Yahoo Entertainment. Stranger Things season 5, Duffer Brothers confirmed time jump. As fans count down to July 1st release of season 4, part 2, the series creators have already mapped out the 5th and final season.
Well, that's weird because I don't know. Well, actually, 11, the girl that plays 11, I think they're supposed to be like sophomores now in high school or juniors. She's 18. So if they convince her to come back, but I swear to God, I thought I read they were all done. They were like, no, I'm done. Like, this is like, I want to go do other things. So I don't know what the Duffer Brothers are talking about. Maybe they're just drinking a lot of Duff beer from The Simpsons. But, season 4, definitely check it out. If you guys have been like kind of hesitant about it, it's really good. And the storyline that takes place in Russia, we can't get into that. I can't get into that with you. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't think it's the greatest. I think they could have used certain people better, but dude, at the end of the day, good fucking show.
Yeah, I think the first episode's some of the greatest Stranger Things we've seen in a while. And I think I think it's darker than maybe the darkest season yet. And I appreciate that.
Because they're getting older.
Yeah, I thought it got a little bit Disney-ish, the season 2 and 3. I really did. But
that's why we didn't get our screeners, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's probably it. But they do some fucking gnarly shit to people, and it's surprisingly gory, and they do some surprisingly mean shit.
That's true. Yeah,
I appreciate. And the lead bad guy is surprisingly scary.
Really good.
They do, to me, it starts out with a huge fucking bang, and then it really starts to slow down a lot, and now it's starting to pick up again where I'm at. I think that they do squeeze a little too much out of it. I think almost every episode, apart from the first one, I feel like could have been 15 minutes shorter. Like, there's some bullying that goes on, and like, you can tell a bullying sequence in 10 minutes and understand what someone's going through. But I feel like they squeeze that dry and like drug it out. And a couple times I'm like, they're really just squeezing running time a couple times. So it's not perfect, but it's still when Stranger Things nails it, dude, when they really get it together with the likability and the comedy and the dude, a fucking family video. Holy shit, that's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
And the nostalgia, when they hit their marks, they fucking rule, and it's great. There's a lot of in-between shit to me that's kind of like the scene where the two girls go to visit the guy, and like instead of just doing it quick, they have to do this whole cutesy story where they pretend to be somebody, and they have to like, and I'm like,
again, and I feel like and again, and I understand, like, they want to make sure that they fill in all the storylines, and they want to make sure that everybody's on board here. But I'm like, look, man, less is more. Like, you can be okay from cutting out a couple of useless scenes that doesn't really matter. And if you want to put those on a Blu-ray extra scene shit, like, I'm going to convince myself into Pinhurst Asylum. And I'm not giving anything away here necessarily, but if I'm going to convince myself into Pinhurst Asylum, I swear to God, I would have cut off 25 fucking minutes of that whole not only the lead up, but when they actually do it. Yeah. I would have been like, no, man, we're trying to get to the good juicy shit here, and this is the stinky salad part. So, I don't think people really want. And again, Mike's right, and it's not being like disrespectful to the actresses that played those characters in that part at all. I mean, they did a good job, and the actor that was playing off of them, but at the same time, it was an unneeded scene because it went on and on and on. I mean, and I'm going to be honest, I fast forwarded a few times just to get ahead of that, because you get the gist of it pretty well early on. I got to convince myself into this Pinhurst Asylum, and I have to, whatever, fast forward. I've heard this shit. Fast forward. Anyway, but you could cut off 20 minutes of that fucking whole thing.
And a couple of episodes that way. But either way, I definitely recommend it. If you're a Stranger Things fan, this is a season to watch because they really up their game.
Well, I can't wait to get roasted by all the fucking hardcore fans because they're coming.
The Nightmare on Elm Street stuff is definitely my favorite fucking thread of the entire thing for
That's
sure.
really good.
And the new metal guy. So I won't give it a rating because I haven't seen the whole season yet, but I'm enjoying it.
I can give you a rating. Again, okay, so my rating is based on the fact that there's 2 more episodes left. July 1st, they're gonna launch the continuation, and it's an hour and 40 minutes, and then there's 1 more episode. So there's going to be 9 episodes, and the 9th episodes, it's supposed to be the same amount, like an hour and 45 minutes. But based on what I've seen, it's a solid, I think it's a solid 8.0. I think it's a solid 8.0 of a show. I don't think you're going to get bored. I think it's got some really good moments in it. I think it's got some good high marks as far as adventure goes, and you're not sure what's going to happen. And then it's got the nostalgic factor, which is I think a lot of people are tuning in for, that puts you in the 80s or puts you in that time frame. Mike mentioned the video store. That's a high point. That's so fucking cool. It made me salivate, man. I wanted to suck a man's dick just to get a video store again.
Yeah, that was my favorite, man. That was my favorite.
I was like, man, if I could get a fucking video store one more time, I'd suck a man's dick to go back in time to go there. But anyway, yeah, some really cool stuff in there, and the acting is on point. Everything is on there, but there are moments where you're like, man, you could have cut that shit out. Like you could have, even though they're acting their heart out, or the actors are doing a good job, you gotta be, as a director or producer or whatever, you gotta be like, man, that's just cutting off the fat. If I put that on a special feature, of course, super fans can watch it, but I think it just takes away from the overall experience if you leave it in. But anyway, 8.5 is what I'm giving it.
I totally agree with that, Dan. They definitely stretch some of their material. We're going to get to some of your all's comments, and we'll take one final break, and then we're going to get into something you guys got to hear about, this new Netflix show that's out today. I think it's going to be fucking huge. I really do. And then some other stuff, some other movie news stuff before we get out of here for the night. But Gary says, what if all the police, talking about the Nick Castle thing, what if all the police shoot the hell out of him from every direction? Like if he's pretending to be Michael Myers. They could, but I just really hope Michael Myers kills him, man. I think you nailed that one. That would be the fucking coolest.
I think that the way you send out Nick Castle is like, you make him a convenience store clerk or some kind of stupid shit like that, and then Michael Myers walks in with a fucked up mask and is like maybe getting like, goddamn, I don't know, like some hot dogs and some fucking cheese and a butane lighter because he's hungry, and he's got to go, and he's going to use that butane lighter later, and then he's like, get the fuck out of my store. And then they have like a big fight. I don't know. But yeah, if they all just shot him up, I'd be like, that's bad police training.
Hey, we've seen that before. Michael Parton, thanks, dude. I recently watched H2O, and I personally think it makes a lot more sense than 2018 and Kills as far as the character of Laurie Strode is portrayed. That's not a terrible opinion.
That's brave, man. I actually, that's pretty brave.
As far as Laurie Strode's character goes in H2O, I actually really like her character in H2O. I love her character in H2O. I'd have a hard time telling you which one I liked more, because in H2O, she was still like wine drunk all the time. She had a pretty cool arc going on in H2O. And then when she's walking through there with that fucking axe, she's like, Michael, that was badass. She beheads him. She was a fucking badass in that scene. But I also really like what they did in 2018. So, and Kills, basically, she wasn't in it. I mean, she was hurt in the hospital. So I don't know. I might choose H2O Laurie over this new Laurie. I don't know.
I know that I know what they were going for with 2018. She's supposed to be this mad woman that had survived those massacres from 78. So nothing else exists from the fact that she survived this, and she had PTSD, and then she developed, her survival instinct afterwards. But as far as if they had done the appropriate send off with H2O, meaning that she had been in the first 2 movies, the original movies, and had survived and done her time and done her thing. And then in Halloween H2O, she had gone down fighting Michael, and she had been tossed aside. I've been like, that's the best ending for her character, period. But that didn't happen, obviously, because then, she looks like somebody that was thrown out of a 3 Days Grace concert at the beginning of Halloween Resurrection. And disrespected the character was, and she has to come back and renew herself with the Blumhouse series. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. If they had ended it with her in H2O, I'd be on board with it. But the fact that they continued on and basically trailer crashed her character with Resurrection, I feel like personally that's why she had to come back and do something more with it.
I want to point something out, by the way. I didn't notice that you said this, but when we were talking about the thing, you said, "Where'd you get that news from? Latino.com?" And Stephanie, Stephanie, she's joking. But what Jay meant was LatinoReview.com, who back in the day, I haven't heard from them forever, but there was a period of time where they just came up with these wild and crazy scoops. And sometimes they were right, but sometimes they were sort of, we got this covered, if I remember that correctly.
I'm glad that Mike pulled that up out of nowhere. But yeah,
I pulled that up to help you, motherfucker.
No, but I would talk to you in private, Stephanie. It was literally there's literally a site called Latino Review. You can look it up on Wikipedia.
That's what Jay meant. In case anybody, I know Stephanie wasn't mad, but in case anybody sees that and gets mad. Austin says, imagine a Flintstones remake by Rob Zombie. What would they use for a personal wand massagers, and how badly would dinosaurs tear cavemen up?
I mean, I guess they would use aborted fetuses for their massagers, and the aborted and the badly wounded dinosaurs would just serve to feed them as they conquered the rest of the world. That's Rob Zombie movie.
Shit, fuck, shit, Betty, fuck, shit, Betty. I'm gonna fuck that waitress at the bingo lounge with the floppy titties. Did you see the Monsters trailer, by the way?
I didn't know they had a trailer.
Yeah, he just released the trailer for the Monsters that he's directing, and you got to give him credit. It's not Rob. If you just saw this trailer, other than Sherry Moon Zombie being in it, you would never think Rob Zombie. So I really look forward to actually seeing what he does.
Well, the good news is, I think we both actually. I know we both. I think we said that Rob Zombie respect the fuck out of that material, like the source material of the Monsters. He loves the Monsters, so he might actually do a good job with the movie. So we'll see what happens. Yeah,
and the trailer lends to that credence. So I really hope he does, man. I'm rooting for him. Gary says someone looked at the date on a camera and looked back at a comment in season 2 and realized the day they were skating was Will's birthday and no one remembered. I did see something about that. Like the Duffers accidentally forgot Will's birthday. Yeah, no, they put out a thing and the Duffers like apologized. They were like, "Oh fuck, we forgot Will's birthday. We fucked that up."
Well, they're just writers.
That's fandom, baby.
They're writers, guys. Like they have a lot of things going on. There's all sorts of titties being thrown their way. I mean, come on. The Duffer guys can't be bothered. No, I didn't know that either. I wouldn't have known that. If Mike and I wrote a successful fucking show on TV and they're like, "You guys forgot the characters that you wrote," I'm like, dude, there's a lot of things going on in life. Like, I don't know, the Corona.
Russia, I was busy with Corona.
Johnny Depp
in the war. Manic Movie Lovers, thank you. Says, I know you got a passion to want to do this, and please tell Loomis that my daughter Lacey, you stay in school and keep her in school. Loomis tell Lacey to stay in school and to keep in school. I see what you're saying.
It's like Lacey and Stacy. Your names rhyme. Who gives a shit? Stay in school unless you want to become a new Tijuana hooker at sunset.
That happened to me.
That happened to him. That's why his butthole's got diseases on it. He has to go to the doctor for it. Hey, Lacey, you don't want buttholes on your... If you don't want sores in your butthole, stay in school, Lacey. And you major in something that you can work with, like goddamn accounting or something. You control other people's fortunes. You tell them what's going on. Good luck, Lacey, and stay in school.
Gary says, I won't spoil it, but in the last episode, the villain says Nancy with his voice, and I was like, that's so Elm Street. I'm not surprised.
You are, I know, but you are so borderline spoiling it because, because I thought the antagonist in this movie the entire time, I thought it was Robert Englund.
Oh, you thought? Oh, yeah, and yeah.
Because because you know what I mean. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, I totally fucking get that. Go Flamingo rocks. I don't know why I added rocks. It just seemed right. Go Flamingo cocks. They should have released season 4 of Stranger Things as a tight 7 episodes, then dropped an extended cut a few weeks later for anyone who wants to rewatch.
Hey, that's a good idea. That's that's a sensible idea. And studios don't have that Go Flamingo. You're the only one that possesses that knowledge, and we are all just basking in your glory of knowledge because it's true. No, I'm not even being a smartass about that. That's true. That should have happened. Why the fuck are you gonna make a game about it? Like now, you've released every other season, the full episodes, and now you're gonna be like, well, we'll wait till July 1st. We'll wait till July 1st. You asshole.
Fuck yeah. That's one thing Antonio Banderas does do in the Assassins movie. Is like, fuck yeah. I love that fucking line so much. All right, we're gonna take a pee break.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I'm gonna go first this time, slut, because you went first last time. And it's my turn, and plus my prostate hurts. Did I say
all
that?
the stores on it?
I did say that. I said that out loud. Shit. Hey, while I'm gone, Dylan Hussein says, love you guys. Can my fiance Vivian and I get a hi from Loomis and Leatherface? Well, I can't go change into the Leatherface thing.
Just do it. It's fine. Just do it.
It's not the same without the mask.
It takes 10 seconds. God damn.
In bed.
Shit. I knew it. Hello, fiance of Dylan Hussein. I hope you're doing well. And soon you're going to hear from an idiot from Texas that likes to drink his own pee and then murder people with a chainsaw. What a glory day for you. What I hope is that you kept your jobs at Macy's and you leave this asshole for asking such a question. Anyway, Dylan Hudson. Whatever. Thank you. Courtney Reed, by the way. Hey, Courtney. By the way, I don't know if Mike gave you the shout out. Courtney is a magical guest, by the way. He's an awesome guy. He says that the Thor 4 tickets go on sale on Monday. Well, I was not interested at first. I was not. I'll be true with you. I was petrified. But I came around to it. I'm excited now. I don't care that much about Jane Foster's story as far as Lady Thor. I know that she's an important part of the Marvel situation, but I don't care. And it's not because I hate women. I love women, by the way. I love them quite a lot. But I just don't care about her storyline. But it seems that Chris Hemsworth is going to have quite a big role in that. And so, therefore, I'm there for that particular movie. I will say also, by the way, people are going to talk about, well, the movie would be great without him. Release the movie without Chris Pratt or Hemsworth and see how we go. JT Custom says he was already confirmed to be in the series before it came out. Yes, I know, JT. But I also feel like it was a marketing strategy because it's going to be really hard to sell to the general public a Thor movie without Chris Hemsworth. I'm just saying, I mean, did we just forget about Thunderstrike? Did we forget about Eric Masterson? Because I remember Eric Masterson being Thunderstrike before Lady Thor. But, if we're going to go out of continuity, it's all good. Action says, Jay, what do you think of 2 for $5 at Burger King? I mean, I say eat what you can. Have some good times. Grab both of those burgers and invite a friend over, and then get lucky if you can. If maybe they haven't eaten in a while, and you're like, hey, I got a Burger King sandwich. And they're like, what happened? I'm like, I had an extra one. And they're like, oh, I never knew you cared about me like this. I'm like, yeah, I did. And then, you guys have some hot ass fucking sex. JT Custom says, I was talking about Stranger Things, not Thor, Jay. Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. But I feel like that should have been brought up anyway. So I'm happy that you did it unexpectedly. By the way, Stephanie, shit, bro. You're bringing up that goddamn Latino review. What did I say? Latino.com? I don't know. It was a real fucking thing back in the day. Latino. I swear to God, it was called Latino Review. That's what I meant when I said that. When I said it like in the way that I said it, because those guys were as credible as fucking. We got this covered. But when Mike first brought it to my attention, God damn, my hair's getting all fucking crazy. I'm starting to look like a politician with like lights coming. My hair's all melting. But when Mike first brought it, I was like, well, I didn't say shit. I was gonna deny it right away, and then I read your comment. And Stephanie's badass, by the way. Stephanie's like one of the best. I can't click Dylan off here because Dylan's still across my fucking screen because I'm not controlling the goddamn stream. But it looks like Dylan is like saying with the American flag in his picture. It's like I just bought a Lexus from him. But anyway, Stephanie, stop it. Stacey James says, really Beta Ray Bill, but Frog Thor just iconic. Yeah. But I would rather have a movie with just Beta Ray Bill. I mean, I'm just saying personally, I think that Beta. First off, listen, you skipped over a whole goddamn. I mean, dude, you just brought it up. Beta Ray Bill was fucking awesome. Can we just not have a movie with Beta Ray Bill? That'd be great. And then do Eric Masterson, and then we can do Natalie Portman. But I get MCU. I understand what Natalie Portman is a huge hot commodity. You know, you got to bring her in. Mike Peck says, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I have to put your guys' old reviews to fall asleep. Hey man, as long as we get the clicks and we get the fucking ads, fucking put the whole goddamn thing on autoplay, dude.
Hey, I'm glad we can help you fall asleep.
Yeah, that's all good for me. All right, I was gonna go pee and do my thing.
Enjoy your pee time.
I'm gonna go smoke some crack and do some cocaine.
Go for it, Ezra.
It's gonna be all right. And then you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna punch some karaoke singer out. It's gonna be all right.
Oh fuck a Chiba, and it's.
Can you get me a beer, baby?
I don't know.
It's screen.
I'm saying.
It's muted so they can hear.
It's not muted. Oh fuck shit. Courtney, definitely Warriors, dude. I'm all over the Warriors for this one. I don't know what the score is. I'm gonna watch the rest of it afterwards. But there you go, Danger Zone. That's that nipple for you. Shit's bright. That shit's bright as fuck in here right now. But I don't know. What were we talking about? Where were we? We were making out and we were touching on top of the clothes and getting ready to go do some underneath clothes stuff. And where are we now? Lee. Yeah, actually, dude, if they like not by the same people, but I would love to see if they came out with a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and they were going to do practical effects with the puppets and shit. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Take away the CGI though, for sure. Action. I was drinking some Mountain Dew, and now I'm having some nice Michelob Ultras. I'm enjoying it. Glenn Harris, what's up, dude? Most depressing movie ever. Excuse me. I'm just going to go off the cuff and I'm going to say Funny Games. If you guys ever saw the original Funny Games or the remake for that matter, holy shit. You want to talk about depressing as shit. My God, it's enraging. But just purely sad. There's some good ones too. Purely sad. Leaving Las Vegas is pretty sad, as entertaining as it is. That's a sad ass fucking movie. Prisoners is really fucking sad as a movie. Yeah, Ryan, we talked about the Prey trailer a little bit earlier. I think it looks fucking great. The fact that they said it's going to be full R-rated, we're not going to let Disney hold us back. We'll see. But the lead actress in that, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but she looks like she is full of charisma. I think she's going to be great. I thought the trailer looked like it's going to have some scares in it. I don't like that they had to CGI the bear. Like if the bear in the trailer looks that CGI'd, I do worry for what we do see when we see the fully revealed predators. But I thought that the trailer looked really fucking good, man. I'm actually really excited for fucking watching it for sure. Absolutely no fucking doubt about that. But oh yeah, Mizzy, Manchester by the Sea, depressing as shit. Holy fuck, that one made me cry. Southpaw makes me cry too, but I wouldn't call it totally depressing just because of how it all ends and stuff like that. But yeah, what's your all's most sad, like most depressing movie? Tell us in the chat, because that's a tough one. That's a tough one. There's some fucking sad ones. Inky the Alien says Grave of the Fireflies is hella depressing. Holly Roxy, spot on. Fucking Requiem for a Dream is sad as shit. That's a really good one too. There's no doubt about that. Kids, if you guys have ever seen Kids, that's fucking depressing as shit. I never saw Happiness. I think is that the Will Smith one. I think that's a crier for sure. Green Mile, that was fucking sad. I've never finished it, so I can't really say that, but I know people cried when they watched it. I know that's on my list, like movies that I'm a fucking asshole for not watching. Grave Encounters 2 was depressing. It's really depressing when you have people over your house because you're going to be in a movie and you rent it because they don't send you a copy, and then you get pizza and you watch it, and then your part comes on and it's 3 seconds long. Don't get me wrong, we knew our part was going to be super short, but then the movie just wasn't all that great. That was depressing. When you watch it, you're in a movie and you're like, oh, this kind of sucks. That's for sure. Actually, kind of sort of depressing. Elephant Man, I never seen that one. Ooh, Chris Eisel's got a good one. $1 Million Baby, sad as fuck. Yes, dude. Especially when the saddest part isn't just like all the shit that happens to her. The saddest part to me is when her family shows up and they went to like Disney World and shit while she's in the fucking hospital. Holy shit, man. The Road, that's a good one. Land Before Time, Mark. Yes. And shout out to that one scene in fucking Lion King. That was depressing as shit too. Showgirls, Glory, The Gray Zone, Remember Me with Robert Pattinson, Marley and Me. Oh yeah, Marley and Me is a fucking good one, dude. That's a fucking good one. The Mist. The Mist has maybe the saddest, most enraging ending of all time for sure. Holy shit. That's just like, I almost got like jacked up about it. When that happened, I was like, oh fuck, I can't believe they did that. Holy shit. And then when it started sinking how sad it was, I was like, oh, holy shit. You know, What Dreams May Come, that's a fucking good one for sure. When Mick dies in Rocky 3, that is sad. Maybe a little bit of overacting by Sylvester Stallone in that part. Maybe not. I don't know. It was still great, but that was super sad. The saddest thing in the scene in the Rocky franchise to me is when Mick comes up and is like begging him to be his trainer, and then Mick leaves all sad, and Rocky's all sad because he's been treating him like shit, and he only wants to help him because he got this title shot. And he's like, you never come over before, you never come over. What's wrong with my house? What's wrong with my place? This stinks. That's why I almost said fucking. He's like, that's why it stinks. And you can hear him from the street. That shit has me crying every time I watch it. Yes, Pet Cemetery, that scene was fucking sad as shit too. That was a really sad one. Old Yeller, yeah, that was a good one. Oh, dude, the remake of A Star Born. Holy fuck, that ending enraged me. What's the sad? Oh, hey, I muted you. Your mic wasn't muted, so I muted it. Oh. I heard you say it's okay. The mic's muted, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, dude, you guys missed the juiciest parts. You should have left it going.
What's the saddest movie you've ever seen?
Homeward Bound.
That's a good one too. That's a really fucking.
No, I mean, it's not like the saddest movie of all time, but the ending of that movie, he's like, Shadow, he was just too old. He couldn't make it. And he's like, oh, Peter, I missed you and I loved you. And I know you can take that any way you want. But when that little dog crests the hill and he starts running down the hill, and then the kid goes to embrace him, man, that's instant tears. It's either that or I mean that like, or A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, that's good.
When you know, he was like at the very end of the movie when Russell Crowe was saying, you're all my reasons, and he kisses the thing that kept him sane. I'm like, fuck, dude. I mean, no one will ever have a bigger dick than that man.
Chris Heitzel's right too. T2, that was a sad one.
Oh,
that
dude,
was tough.
That was really bad. Well, you know, you could even go. I mean, if we're gonna talk about sad scenes, I mean, even the end of Monster Squad was like, "Bye, Phoebe." You know, when he's getting sucked into the vortex. But
Braveheart's good one too.
Yeah, it's a good one. Patriot is a fucking sad one.
When Heath Ledger dies,
he loses all of his fucking sons, man.
Yeah, that shit was sad as fuck.
God help me! God help me! God help me! Like he starts
That
crying.
was sad.
That was fucking bad.
Jaeger Bomb, thanks, buddy. He says if there is any old West fans, Billy the Kid on Epics is kind of slow but good.
Hey man, I agree. Billy, are you? No, I'm thinking of Young Guns. Never mind. I'm thinking of Young Guns with Emilio Estevez. That's a good fucking movie. If you guys don't know, Emilio Estevez and Young Guns is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's just the sad moment right there. It's the fucking beginning of Mission Impossible when he takes the fucking wire to the face when the elevator goes up. I'm not sad for a lot of people, but I loved Emilio as a kid, so that shit was sad to me. But hey, Jason Owens, thank you so much, man. You're fucking awesome.
Hey, man, thank you so much.
You're a fucking riot. Thank you.
What a great thing to say. Hey, I love Jason Owens because Jason Owens' comment is like when you're playing basketball and it's like you've sucked all night and you haven't done shit, and then you make a good pass and the one kid that's going to get laid, not you, but the one kid that's going to get laid slam dunks it. And you're like, I was a part of that. I was on the little league team that made it happen.
I set a pick once in a game-winning play. I didn't make the shot, but I did set a really good fucking pick.
That's right.
I can tell you that right now.
Support the players behind the scene.
Yeah, that's right. Role players. And speaking of which, we have one more thing to talk about tonight that we just watched. It's on Netflix today. You can watch it as soon as the stream's over. And there's a lot of sad shit in this too, but it's more fucking enraging than anything else.
It's kind of nasty. It's not really sad. It's nasty.
Dude. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting nasty. I want to put it up on the screen so that you guys know what you're looking at when you go to look at it later. This came on Netflix today. And I really think I think that this is going to be the next big fucking true crime. I mean, it is true crime, but it's not. But it's also like religious and weird shit. But it's called Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. And it's
that sounds like the prayer that every man makes when his first time to prison and someone's spreading his butt cheeks because he didn't pay back his commissary.
I don't want to
keep sweet and pray and obey. You can't pay back your commissary, so I'm gonna take your asshole.
I don't want to do it.
Mike actually mentioned this to me to watch, and I actually got pretty involved. I watched the first two episodes. The first episode I was like, yeah, it's a standard. I've seen movies like this before, a docu series about some crimes that were committed. But as it goes on, it's so well put together, and it showcases such fucking vile situations that human beings can do to other human beings. I was hooked, man. It's one of those shows. It literally is a car wreck that you can't look away from. I mean, it literally is a car wreck because I mean you've heard true crime stories before, but this one was fucking sick, dude. Yeah. And again, and just to make sure that we have this deniability, it has nothing to do with the Mormon Church. As far as I don't care what religion you are, I don't give a fuck who you pray to. I don't give a shit. But these are crazy town, fundamentalist, insane pants motherfuckers that did what they did. So I'm just saying, like, I mean, and who knows? I mean, there could be viewers out there that are Mormon, and I'm not attacking your religion at all, but I'm saying the fundamentalist part of the religion are fucking nasty with a capital N. Gross, man.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what this is about, is I'll just read you the synopsis. Actually, it says it examines the rise of Warren Jeffs and the fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and his shocking criminal case. And basically what it is, it's like the Mormon Church has these, like you said, fundamentalists that started the FLDS. And this is a well-known story, but they really dive deep into what happened. This religious cult, basically, there was a sidestep cult. This guy basically started this entire town where he controlled like this whole fucking city. And what they would do is they were like super psycho Mormons. They weren't just Mormons. They were like, fundamentalist Mormons. And basically their whole thing is the more wives you have, the bigger standing you have in heaven. And what they would do,
that's the weirdest thing though, is like the more I fuck, the closer I get to God.
It's fucked up top to bottom. But what what they would do was they would have as many daughters as they could. right? They would have as many kids as they could and as many daughters as they could. And they had this one guy who they looked at as the prophet, and he's fucking creepy as shit. Like both prophets that are in this are fucking scary as shit. And the most fucked up thing that Doc does is they keep showing his face fucking up close in like one of those weird church pictures where he's like, yeah. And like they keep putting like the sun rays around it and like floating it through space, and he looks like the guy from the fucking Heaven's Gate thing with the white shoes. But he would choose whose kids went to which person. So he'd be like, he would go up to like fucking 14, 16, 18, 19-year-old girls and be like, it's your time to be married. And I, as the prophet, God has told me you're to be married to Jim over there with his pants down, whacking it off in the corner next to the punch bowl. And he would just give wives away. So these guys would collect as many wives as they could, and they have as many babies as they could. And then they would raise their daughters just to be married to other men in this fucking cult, which is what it was. I'm just going to say it. And these girls' stories, these after they've escaped this, after they've ended
Survivors,
dude, it is so fucking heartbreaking and disgusting. You will fucking just want to stick your face in a fucking weed whacker when you get done watching this. Think about what these girls and these sick fucking perverts went through or did.
Yeah, and I never thought I'd use this word. The goddamn documentary is harrowing, like a James Patterson fucking book. It's harrowing. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know what it reminded me of is it reminded me very much of the cult-like mentality that develops within an established religion, like well, you mentioned Heaven's Gate, but it also reminds me of David Koresh from the Waco, Texas thing, and then Jim Jones. We all know about that, but and that was a very fundamentalist Christian society. And then David Koresh was an offshoot of that extreme Christian point of view. But yeah, this one, luckily, and I ain't telling tales outside of school. The guy gets caught, and he does face, his time. And what his time should be is fucked over and over by a guy named Tyrone that's built like the dude from fucking Friday.
Tank top screaming Lotto, I don't
Debo.
fit you.
But that's not gonna happen. But it's a really interesting what I find interesting about it, and again, 100%, that's why I'm absorbed by it, because it's just so crazy that this can happen is the fact that this is how they brainwash people and how people are easily led with just the right words and the right speaker to make them feel and believe one thing. And it's fucking scary, man, because that can happen. I think that they are showed that, like, Hitler did that shit in Germany. He did that shit. He was the guy in charge with the right words and the right motivation and the right kind of terror about him to make basically a cult around himself and to make these atrocities happen. But this shit can happen on a local scale. This shit can happen on a scale that you won't even know about because it just happens in your backyard. And this did happen. And it's disgusting, man. When you hear about, and again, I'd rather you guys watch the fucking show and have your own thoughts brought away from it. But what I can tell you is that believing in God, and for me anyway, believing in God and Jesus, or the Christian side of things, I don't care what your religion is. I'm just saying personally, whatever, that's not what that is. And that it's a true perversion and an attempt to subterfuge religion in order to get like some kind of weird fucking perverted fantasy fulfilled. And that's what that guy is. That guy's disgusting, dude. That the main guy, that church, was disgusting. Warren, disgusting.
Fucking gross as fuck, man. And Holly Roxy says it right. She says, especially if they're indoctrinated from childhood. And that's what's so fucked up about this, is when you hear these people talk, they're like, they owned a city, man. Yeah. Legislators, fucking politicians looked away, and this guy literally hired the police. Mm-hmm. He set the police in force. They were building companies that were selling shit through like Walmart and Amazon, all that shit like that. They were running an entire city. The cops were a part of it. Everybody was a part of it. and they were farming kids. That's basically what it was. They were farming kids. They were farming girls. And at some point, when most of the boys, if they weren't real good workers, got to a certain age, they'd kick them out. Because you can't have a bunch of boys, because the whole point is we want to grow these girls. We want you to have a bunch of girls so that you can give them to me and I can fuck them and I can make more girls.
Yeah.
And then if I give you more wives, you do what I want, I'll give you more wives. And then that's the only way you get to heaven. And these kids had no fucking idea. They were kept away from the world. They were kept away from the outside world and beat into their fucking brains since they were babies that the only way to get to heaven is to keep sweet. And what keep sweet means is obey the men here, basically.
Obey and pray.
Obey the men. It means you never the entire point of these women's lives was simply to be obedient. That was it. You must be obedient to these men. And the shit that they fucking did with them, dude, it's disgusting. I mean, they were giving children away to 80-year-old men and making them have, it was fucking, dude,
I feel like what's more poignant to talk about too is the fact that this didn't happen long ago. Like he was only busted in 2008. So it wasn't that long ago. I mean, this shit was going on for decades. That this little small community was doing this under the guise of some vague ass ruling about plural marriages and what the age of consent is. It's a disturbing tale. It's disgusting, but I feel like what was really interesting about the docuseries is that it is one of those series that show you what the old adage, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And this guy was on a bender. The particular the main guy in this, he was all about wanting to make sure that he was the number one. He was the prophet to God. It's very much like Poltergeist 2. And that fucking crazy ass guy with the weird cowboy has like, you're all gonna die. Like it was the same kind of crazy shit that this guy preached in that movie. And sometimes movies or real life is more or is stranger than fiction, and this is 100% what it is. So I guess what I would say is that a trigger warning. It is a disturbing docuseries. It is a very hard look at how these particular subgroups in certain religions maintain a silence about them and a perversion about them, and they keep it away as long as they can from the outside world. And by the way, it's not just because it's Mormon. It could be anything. I don't care what religion it was, but it's disgusting, man. This is a predator that preyed on people, and they were, I mean, I'll say it, and they probably would say the same thing. They were dumb enough to fall under the dominoes. They were just dumb. And
if you're kept away from society, dude, and like that's the only thing
but when you're being forced to marry your first fucking cousin, I mean,
if you don't know how the world works, dude, they're basically like a wild tribe somewhere.
I would say yes.
How would you know?
She also understood that she could run away. But the point being is, it's disgusting. And look at that guy's fucking face.
That's why I paused it. That's the guy. That's
that guy right there. First off, he's not going to approve your loan from the bank. 100%. He's not. And that guy is the guy that's going to put his dick on your fucking cheese if you ordered a Subway sandwich. That's the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy that will like pick up used condoms on the streets and suck off the cum juice.
Yeah. And they keep taking this dude's face, and like all of a sudden you'll be watching this horrible story about him, and it'll be like.
But by the way, that geeky motherfucker, that guy that looks like an extra from Revenge of the Nerds, is their prophet. That's who they worshipped. Holier than Jesus. Holier, like they thought this guy was literally getting messages from God. I mean, he ain't no James Brolin.
Yeah. And they would tell these kids, like, and adults, they'd be like, if you leave here, you can't come back, and you will burn in hell for a damnation. And it's not just that. Like he did this crazy thing. Like, if the Olympics come to Salt Lake, we've got to go to this one spot because when God comes down, the earth's gonna lift up and only us will be saved. The shit that they would tell them, dude, it is so fucking wild.
I'm laughing because I'm not laughing because I'm not laughing at the, but it's so fucking crazy. You'd laugh like any normal human being and be like, this is so fucking crazy. I'd laugh, but this is how these things happen, man. They happen behind closed doors and no one talks about it. And it goes on in a country like America, man, where you think that people have got their shit together. There's the fucking internet, man. There's goddamn YouTube. There's fucking Netflix, but this shit still happens. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And again, this is not again, I don't care what religion you are, but anybody that brainwashes a group of people, and I think one of the FBI agents that was investigating this case said it right. They were like, this is, in his opinion, this is what he said, the number one domestic human trafficking case. He's one of the worst, maybe the worst domestic human trafficking case he's ever seen. We're all up in arms about human trafficking, which is terrible and it's awful and it should never happen. But this was happening in our own backyards. And
they looked away.
These ladies and young gents were literally being shipped around the country for purposes, either for labor that was either not paid or barely paid, or for sex from an American. This was a domestic fucking slave trade. This is what it was, and it was going on up until 2006 or 2008. How fucked up is that? Like, that's right, fucking crazy.
Right in their fucking faces, man. It's this is why I think it's going to be a huge deal. Like, if it's not, I'll be surprised. I mean, it's a story that people have known. There's been books about it. There's been stuff like that. But I'm telling you, I think this will be huge. And it's a well-done documentary. It's not too long. It's a series. So it's like 3 hours and 20 minutes total over 4 episodes. But trust me, watch it. And it's one of those shocking docs where you go, oh, no fucking. Are you fucking shitting? Like, but that's what the best documentaries do. And they did a good job of it. So definitely recommend Keep Sweet, or Keep Sweet and Pray.
I don't know. Keep praying, be sweet. I don't know.
Electric Boogaloo too. Keep praying.
I think the documentary should have been called "You're My Bitch."
It's
for life.
It's KFC.
And they should have had the 4 and then life.
For life. Too sweet.
If Razor Ramon gone before our time, he could have played this motherfucker.
Fucking wild, dude. So that concludes our broadcast day.
Our show is over.
Yeah, that's, if you're not going to watch Stranger Things, watch that. It's on Netflix right now, so check it out.
Yeah, I'd probably people are rushing for that.
If you like true crime and shit like that, it's going to enrage you, but it is fascinating to see. You know what I wanted to do, dude? There's this one guy who's this old fucking wild cannon guy, and he's a reporter, and he's the one who helped bring it down.
Oh yeah, the long-haired guy.
Yeah. That guy was so fucking cool. I was watching that. I
love having him on the show.
I was probably half in the back, and I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna quit everything I do in my life and just be that guy. I want to go out and fucking find shit like this and stop it, because it's like, he even said, it's like, fucking the politicians turn their heads, fucking the lawmakers turn. Nobody gave a fuck that this was happening, and I'm like, fuck. Thank God.
That guy
for people
also
like you,
looks
dude.
like, he probably found a alien shard in the $1 bill.
he looks like Matthew
crazy.
McConaughey in True
crazy.
Detective season 1.
It's weird, and I finished the show, and you're right. It's very enraging. It's very disgusting. Other than the main culprit, obviously that guy deserved to be raped over and over again in his asshole until he until his asshole literally resembles the Galleria Mall.
And his fucking dad.
Yeah. His brother was a piece of shit. I wanted to beat the fuck out of that guy. That guy was the one that was taking up collections for this motherfucker when he was on the run from the feds. This fucking guy, his brother, was taking up collections from the church to send out to him while he was watching porn in the hotel rooms, living the life, doing all the things that he told his congregation were of the world and they shouldn't do. This fucking guy was delivering this money to him daily. This guy needed money every fucking week to maintain his lifestyle, and this guy was delivering it. I would beat the fuck out of it. This guy looks like he sells Cracker Jacks on a sideway fucking van somewhere in Nevada, and this guy needs to fucking eat dirt. And I cannot believe that he got barely charged. Like, this guy spent like 24 hours in a jail. His fucking brother needs to be in there sucking dick from Debo too.
Yeah, the whole system is fucked up when people like this are allowed to walk the fucking streets after what they did, man. I'll tell you that right now. But hey, watch it. Keep Sweet on Netflix. Check it the fuck out. Check out Stranger Things. We like them both. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna break this video up.
I'm just gonna
maybe you won't. Maybe you won't.
Let's get naked and rub a Wheaties Frosty all over my body.
It'll be, if you guys want to know the full story about how we feel, join our Patreon. Isn't that the worst fucking plug ever? I think it is.
For the last episode. Yeah.
No, we guys give you our heart every fucking time we were on the regular stream, but on the Patreon stream, man, it get a little crazy up there. It get a little extra out there.
We do stuff with our butts. So if you want to see that.
Hey man. But we're really happy. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching us. And having we love the interaction. But if you wouldn't mind, it would be really cool if you guys would like the video and then comment under the video something. It doesn't, I don't even know what to, I don't know. What's your favorite upcoming DC movie, DCEU movie? Do that. And it really helps us a lot. And we thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Do it all, break it off.
Mm-hmm.
The goddamn pit is blue. Hey, have a great fucking Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you guys super soon.
See you guys.
Good night.